What is going on, guys? StreamYard has lost access to your Facebook account. Whoopsie doopsie. Don't care. No one watches that anyway. Guys, it's your boy GRC. This is the first day I've done a double stream, and I'm super stoked about it. And if it turns out good, I might just double stream all the time and go nuclear. We have Karim the Dream from StakerApp, the head of business operations at StakerApp. I think that's what his title is. I remember because he put it on his pinned tweet, and he knows all about StakerApp. He's really upbeat. He's one of the guys in the community that's on the feet, talking to businessmen, trying to connect. He really is taking onboarding to the next level. His efforts are definitely appreciated. He is just, I feel he's a spaz, just like myself. He really likes to get in there. He really likes to talk to as many people as possible, build connections, go on podcasts, do stuff. I love the energy. I love the movement. But StakerApp, I'm not going to lie to anyone. I hear a lot of controversy about StakerApp, so it's just I just want to answer some questions. But I mean, everyone loves StakerApp. It's been awesome. The interface is clearly cool that you can connect all your stuff to it. But me and Sam want to learn more about StakerApp, along with me meeting Karim the Dream. Guys, share this out. It's Crypto in the Evening. It's your boy GRC.
Young folks, you tripping on them motherfucker.
Richard Heart. Richard Heart.
Bought my hex from the fucking start. Point one every day we mark. Bought my hex from the fucking start. Sacrificing all this bread like I'm Richard Hart. Got paid on big payday and I had a hairy start. Now I'm checking on my pulse just to check my heart. Bought my hex from the fucking start. Sacrificing all this bread like I'm Richard Hart. Got paid on big payday and I had a hairy start. Now I'm checking on my pulse just to check my heart. Checking my MetaMask moving. Look at the hex, he is mooning. Looking at why they be choosing. Peter is why they be losing. Pull chains out and they'll get me a check. He's gas up and it got me a mess. Remember the times he died collect. Hex I been eating, I'm dying in the best. Getting this back like a year ago. Getting this post, I ain't letting go. Swerving the ring like a Lambo. Getting this back like a year ago. Getting this post, I ain't letting go. Swerving the ring like a Lambo. Bought my hex from the fucking start. Sacrificing all this bread like I'm Richard Hart. Got paid on big payday and I had a hairy start. Now I'm checking on my pulse just to check my heart. Bought my hex from the fucking start. Sacrificing all this bread like I'm Richard Hart. Got paid on big payday and I had a hairy start. Now I'm checking on my pulse just to check my heart. Richard Hart. Richard Hart. Richard Hart. Richard Hart.
What's up? Dude, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good because StakerApp I don't use. I may have downloaded it, but I haven't even checked to see if I actually downloaded it. I don't use the app, and I personally haven't seen enough value to actually use the app. So this could be very interesting because I can maybe understand why some people value that to such a great degree when it's completely different than how I value it. So this will be interesting. I'm looking forward to that, and hopefully we'll be able to shed some more light on the Gnosis safe and why people think that that's so special, because there's other wallets out there that are also multi-sig wallets. I mean, why do people think Gnosis safe is something special? I don't know. I don't know. So hopefully this conversation will be really good.
I'm curious to learn more about one. I've never met Karim's, and we're nice people, so we would love to meet another person in the Hex community.
Let's look at that. Oh, maybe I almost broke the screen there, dude.
Let's talk. Obviously, we're coming on it. The comments are blowing through. Guys, I'm going to give it a minute to get some people in here. Me and Sam are going to gab back and forth. Tell us about that little moment where that little Richard Hart Easter egg that you caught that you liked. I kind of want to hear that because I didn't even really hear it. I just heard you say it, but I wasn't paying attention.
Okay. So this is super interesting. So the live stream from Richard Hart yesterday or the day before, I did not listen to. I was in the middle of doing something, and I was like, I'm going to listen to this later because I didn't want to listen to it passively. I wanted to take notes. And so I was listening to it today at the gym, and that way any notes I could just write down on my phone. And one of the parts, actually, let me see if I can pull it up. But he was talking about a video that I literally just did. Not the specific video he was talking about, but how there is going to be selling pressure on Pulse. So when you look at PulseX, how fees are earned is in the pairs that are traded. So if you look at, say, Pulse and Hex, that pair, and somebody's going to trade their Pulse for Hex, the fee is going to be paid in Pulse, right? Well, we could make the assumption, because it's the network layer, that there's going to be a lot of pairs of Pulse. So there's going to be a bunch of pairs of Pulse with other tokens, PRC20s. So that means there's going to be a bunch of payments made in Pulse. They're going to be collected. 21.7% of those are all going to be going to one address. And then when liquidity is put in or taken out of the pools, you can run a function that allows you to buy and burn. So it's a cost to the system, but there's going to be a benefit to the system of actually running this, right? So when that goes through, those fees that were earned in Pulse are sold for PulseX. Mm-hmm. So you're going to have anytime there's any adjustments in the LP pool, you're going to have a downward pressure on Pulse and an upward pressure on PulseX because you're going to be selling Pulse.
Yeah, but couldn't they both just have upward pressure?
Well, so this is
separately. Are you just saying one has to have more pressure than the other technically?
In this specific portion of it, there's going to be upward pressure on PulseX and downward pressure on Pulse.
Let's get Karim in here to freaking get his big brain bumping around in here. You know, to be honest, me and this guy have never met. But it's going to go down right now. We're bringing it 6 p.m. We just hopped in prime time and just ruffled feathers. We love it. And we love that Karim's coming on here. He's a pro. At the end of the day, this dude's a pro, and he's probably onboarded fucking 10,000 people. Maybe I don't even know. 20,000 people. Who fucking knows? This dude's onboarding for a living, helping the community, starting businesses, being a leader in his community. My boy Karim.
Bang. What's up, everybody?
How you doing, man?
Living the best life.
What up, man? How you doing? Thanks for coming on. I like the hat, bro. It looks awesome.
Look at this. And look at that.
Nice.
Swaggy, brother.
By the way, that was a gift from the Hex conference. One Hexican had it and said, hey, I saw how you like Fedora hat. I got my other one. And then he literally just gave it to me. So I was like, talking about the love from the community, you know. We do what we do.
Community's like Sam's just learning about this community, and he's just like, he's still computing. Like he just doesn't. He's just like, what is this monster of a community in a bear market? 80% down. People are getting hundreds of retweets on nothing. Everything's just blowing up, and we're in a bear market. Excuse me, what? Like,
but also
in all-time high interactions. It's
the
like
camaraderie of like the friendships that people are building, like the information that people are sharing that are trying to help. I was just talking literally a half hour before we got on here with somebody else on the phone in the community. She's helping me out with something, right? And so this is like awesome. It's really, really awesome. And like you wouldn't be here if that community wasn't like that, Karim. Like we would be having this conversation.
That's so I remember days back in the day being in the Telegram chat literally like 8 hours a day. Like it's like no big deal. And then when the voice chat came in, like when we just start, we can literally go 6-7 hours because again, for those people, it's like family. Because when you have that many people, like-minded people getting together, seeing the same things, seeing the same problems in the world, want to fix it, and we have a common ground, which is perfect with Hex, because again, that's why I love Cuatro Cincos, right? We're bound together. I used to joke about it with my friends, like, whether you like it or not, we're together for 15 years, baby. You see, but it does something to your psyche. It changes everything. You can actually have abundance mindset, realize that it's not a zero-sum game. There's plenty to go around. You know, Hex doesn't care, bull market, bear market. It does what it does. We get paid every day, clockwork. We stay, we date, and we chill. That's just what it is.
Dude, this dude gives me so much FOMO, dude. It's
Man,
like,
I got updates for you.
every time
It's
him
crazy.
and Motley speaks, I
like,
just am like, I'm already thinking about getting my other computer out. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna have to put 20 minutes aside. No, because they're so right, but they've done this message so many times that they just send it right home run every time, because it's just like, it's just always working for you. You're just putting your money into a money maker, and that's it. Like,
and you're
that's
getting
it.
your life back too. You don't have to.
The psyche change happens. Boom. I quit my job. I understood things differently. I said, I think differently now. Immediately, I told Sam, he's been my life coach for years, but he just new to Hex, about 50 days into Hex.
Yeah.
And we're going through everything, man. We're just learning every piece of it, dude. We don't trust nobody on Twitter talking about nothing, because it's all this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? We just like to get to the source, talk to people, because you know how people just say stuff without even getting into it.
Yeah, you know me. It's all about the receipts. You know, when I do the quick map, I don't just tell people, I show them, because that's what's going to make the difference, especially for new people coming in, and then those who obviously are smart enough to get what's going on here. Once you show the receipts, then it changes everything. Sam, go ahead. I think you had a question.
Yeah. Okay. So, I've been in for 50 days, 60 days, and around that time period, I'm not sure. Right. And I've been told about Staker app, and I talked to a couple people about Staker app, but I don't see any value for me in it. Right. I see for myself, I see two things, and I wanted to be like, oh, let's talk to Karim about this to actually see what people are seeing in it, because I'm not seeing the same thing. Right. It can check your balances and stuff, right? Okay, cool. That's, there's other interfaces that do that as well. And then the biggest value I see is that you get, an 80% discount on a Gnosis safe, right? But I don't, that's what I see. So what is it? Good. What is it about? And I'm not trying to be like, hey, that's what, it's just how I see it.
I do this for a living. Again, like you told you earlier, I onboarded so many people, I stopped counting, And that's okay. That's a valid question, you see, because you're not trolling. You just don't know what you don't know. And then today you're about to get educated. And then you got the options.
That's why we brought you here.
Yeah, because that's the biggest thing. Because you're going to have detractors. You're going to have haters, people that just have opinions but no facts. You know what I mean? Saying stuff. It's like you're too busy just building. And now you see that with Hex, that with Richard too. And then people just go out of their way to touch talk shit. Like the data is the data. The record is the record. We have over 100,000 downloads and counting. So the first thing to know is this. The app is free. That gets always lost in translation. The app is free. Now, if you choose to then get a smart wallet and do everything better than what MetaMask does, and I'm going to enumerate every single, added stuff, that's an option. Make sense? So that's very, very important, because a lot of the time, people don't understand that. You got to use something, play with it to then understand what it actually does, right? How are you going to form a final opinion without even testing the thing first? Without even understanding it. That's why we design it the way we design it. That's why we provide a lot of data for free. We have been providing a lot of free data for the community.
Well, so Karim, why should I download it?
Good.
Like what's a value? Why do I find value in that when I can get the information elsewhere? Like what's the benefit to me?
Well, number one is speed. Okay. So I'm gonna give you like the overview of everything, and then obviously compared to MetaMask, that's what everybody had to have in the beginning, because in the beginning, right? If you're early enough in Hex, there is no sticker app. You have to have MetaMask, right? And I'm going to go and show you through my journey, not trying to sell you on it, just tell you what I saw, what was the issue being in crypto, and how Staker app is solving that and solving many other problems, because we got V2 coming up around the corner. I'm going to do V2 Lite and then boom. So number one, I wanted something that's easy, quick, efficient, something that a 5-year-old can get or a grandma can get, because I care about people and I want to onboard them. And I've been in sales for on and off 12 years, different products, and I know that people sadly will be happy to keep what they have instead of get something better for them if it's too complicated. I'm like, you know what, forget about it. Like I've seen it too many times. So it was to lower the friction. Before Staker app, you have to go to multiple websites. First of all, you might download the wrong MetaMask and be scammed right off the bat, because there's, scam out there. There's still people, when they Google something, they click the first thing that pops up, which all the time is an ad. So that's the first risk. Number two, you have to go to multiple sites, right? You got the MetaMask site, you got the effx.com, gohex.com, all these other stuff that you have to do. With a smart wallet, it's all in once. Once you fund the account and do everything, get to 24 hours bubble swap, keep your seed word safe, never share that with anybody, please. Then you fund directly into the app, one click. You're able to swap, one click. You're able to stake, one click, all in once. Instead of going to 4 or 5 different websites, you're able to do everything in one website, one central point. That was very, very important for us. And the app is basically kind of like, it's a nice sandbox. You're not clicking the wrong thing. You're not being rerouted to the wrong sites, anything like that. So it's very, very important. That to me was the number one. Easy for onboarding, easy for referral. We have a referral program as well if you bring people in using your referral link, which is great because that way you know they're downloading the wrong app. Imagine meeting somebody or talk to somebody online, hey, download this app called Staker. Who knows? There could be another thing on the app store, similar name, and the next thing you know, you download the wrong thing. By sending your link, you're making sure they're getting what I call white glove onboarding. They're getting the right process. You're there. You're showing them how to do it. They download the right app. They write their 24 words. They can do it all themselves. Super easy. Fund the account. Yes, they get the discount, which is 90%, not 80, because you only pay $10. It costs about 100 on average. And
I thought it was 60. I thought it was $60. I heard it was $60 when I looked.
No, because you see, the problem with people is that it's dynamic. You know what I mean? It depends on the GUI. When the GUIs are low, sometimes when the GUIs are high, then it's different. Another thing that we do, fast transaction. We don't do that cheap stuff. Like, hey, let me just lower the GUI so low and then you're going to get a failed transaction, which you can have with MetaMask. I've lost hundreds of dollars with failed transaction. It's not fun. With us, there's never a failed transaction. In other words, when you broadcast, we always put it like in fast because we care about speed and good user experience. We don't want somebody to wait 10 minutes, 20 minutes to get a transaction.
So it costs more money then?
Slightly.
Like for the user.
Let me explain. When I say slightly, is like, again, this is another thing we do in the background that we subsidize. So we do the transaction, and then if it doesn't hit within the 15, 20 seconds, we rebroadcast. In other words, do the speed up. But you don't pay for that. We do. You only get charged once. After that, if it takes longer, we will speed up the transaction. We have an automatic relayer that does that in the background, free of cost to the user. So, but the value here is that no failed transaction. Okay, that's not.
So you got to mute your side.
Yep.
Oh, there you go. So I've never experienced failed transaction.
Yeah,
I've done maybe 25 transactions since I've done.
That's nothing in crypto, my friend.
Correct. So what is a failed transaction?
It's like you
and what's the probability of that?
Transaction. You broadcast the transaction and then it didn't go through. In other words, there's a wait time, or it's like the GUI really spiked up and you fell out of the range, and then you just get dropped. Imagine kind of like you want to go. And
you said there's a cost. There's a cost to that.
Let me explain to you. The transaction worked kind of like it's like going to a club. You have the regular line, general admission. Then you got kind of like VIP, promoter, and then you have like, okay, if I got a table, I just go in directly. Right? Different costs for different line. So let's say you were in general admission because you didn't want to pay the higher fee, but then all of a sudden the club just hits capacity. We're not letting nobody in no more. So you're just getting dropped. I'm just kind of giving like an analogy. So in other words, the GUI cost really, really spiked up, more transaction got in, and you were already in the lower side of the queue, and then you just got dropped.
But in the club example, you don't pay until you get inside. What you're saying is in this example, you pay to get in line.
Yes, you just pay a cheaper fee compared to the VIP guy.
All right, quick 1 second. Get your thoughts gathered, Sam. I'm gonna address the chat. Karim's getting all sorts of love, like just everyone's showing love. I think Wales sent his crew in here. He was just streaming on the macro, obviously. Look at Hex is actually doing a little pumpy poo right now. If anyone's been looking at the numbers.
Just kidding.
The Karim the Dream Pump. Yeah. Guys, let's talk to the chat real quick. The YouTuber, the guy with the best name on YouTube, the most marketable name on YouTuber. Don't know how he got that name, but that is dope as heck. Pound for pound, 147. I lost $75.
See?
Oh yeah, you mean in a lost transaction? I've never
and again,
personally
Sam,
done
the
that,
thing-
but I've lost by other ways.
Yeah, the thing is, like, some of us been playing with MetaMask for like on average 4 to 5 years. Some of
Yeah.
us have thousands of transactions, not because we're traders, just because we've been using this stuff for a while, because we were already playing in a decentralized world before it became popular. When everybody was trying to still chilling on exchanges, we were already on Uniswap because we already understood that's what we wanted, where we want to be. So, and I always say this, the exception doesn't make it the rule. We're not saying, I know people that have been using blockchain for 5 years and never had a single failed transaction. That's great. But again, I'm a numbers guy, probability. Exception doesn't make the rule. With us, it's guaranteed because we're literally working in the background, paying for the speed up so that the transaction doesn't fail. You see, it's not because we're special. I'm literally showing you the mechanics, how we make sure that it goes through, because we're still talking to the blockchain, to the Ethereum blockchain. We just simplify all of that stuff. The user doesn't have to go play the Gwei games and all this other stuff, because remember, it's onboarding. Now that I'm in Miami, I'm talking to celebrity. Do you think they would have the time to go, hey, if you put this many Gwei and you time this within? No, they're going to be like, Karim, I use an app. How fast? How fast? Literally, a guy told me, Karim,
Do you tell them to use a burner phone?
Huh?
Are you supposed to use a burner phone? Not a burner, but like a phone that you don't use for your regular shit.
Got you. It just depends on what kind of person you are in terms of like, do you lose your stuff a lot or do you kind of like, cool? So one of my friends, because he was so worried about it, I said literally, hey, just get a separate phone. Don't even get a cellular data plan. Just get Wi-Fi, and then you use it for the app, and then you leave that thing at home. It's like a desktop. That's it.
You can get those phones anywhere for like $100. That's something that'll turn on, get some apps going on it. You don't need much, guys. I say the same thing about laptops. If you just get a $300 Asus laptop and make that for your
can you use a Chromebook?
A lot better when you go to bed.
Well, it has to be kind of like, you know, like certain computers, some Chromebooks, they act almost like a cell phone. They have the similar software. So that's why you can download the app. Like, for example, iPads, you can download the app. But regular laptop, no, because it's still technically, it's a phone app. It's not a computer.
Yeah, I knew that. I just meant for like in general.
Oh, yeah, in general, yeah.
Just in general. But yeah, I knew that about Sam. Perfect. Have you thought of another question? I know you have.
Well, I should go back to the failed transaction. So
yes,
it happens to some people, right? Like what you're saying is
many people. There's a website. It's so bad. There's a website you can plug in your address, and it tells you how much you have paid in gas fee, how much you have paid in potential failed transaction. It's crazy because it just query all of your transaction. You see, once or twice it's okay, but then once it becomes a recurrent habit, you're gonna be like, boom, what the hell? You know what I mean? So again, I'm just giving you all the features, right?
So what does somebody do to negate that, right? Like so what do you do to negate that?
Okay, so what we do, again, like I say, in-house is once you pay for the transaction, not only we guarantee that it happens within a certain amount of time, you know, we like it like 15 to 30 seconds. And if it does not, automatically the relayer rebroadcast the transaction. So in simple words, there's an option if you've been using, it's called speeding up. You can speed up a transaction if it takes a while. So, but you know, it adds extra cost. But the beauty is you don't pay that cost. You don't even see it. We do it automatically in the background. So not only it guarantee the smoothness of the transaction once you have, you know, set up all the parameter and, you know, hit review and complete. But on top of that, there's no cost to you whatsoever, and you don't get the actual failed transaction because you have had people that literally try to game the system. And even for traders out there, don't trade is bad, but you know, in general, traders love the app because they want that quick execution. Do you think they care about $100 if they're swapping 50K, 100K? No, they want to get the price now, and they will use the app because they know we do everything speed. So that they don't even have to worry about going setting the Gweis and all of that stuff. They'll just use it 1, 2, 3, go. They could be literally at dinner somewhere, whatever. They got their phone on. They don't have their computer. They see the price do whatever it's doing. They like it. They just swap quick. They just love it.
So somebody who doesn't want to like put in the work and do all the other stuff and just needs something extremely simple to do, it's like the perfect thing for them.
Yes, simple, smooth, easy, no fancy stuff, because that's why we have the other website. That's why we keep the app really cute, simple. We don't go too much into like, you know what I mean, like Apex that win extra stuff, which I love. I'm a numbers guy, but again, when I onboard people, I gotta keep it simple, stupid. There's no like, that's why we do everything in dollar. You know what I mean? There's no like this many hex per day, all sort of stuff. We're gonna have a premium special for those who really want that, like traders. But the average guy just want to know, Karim, where's my money? How much is it? What am I buying? When I stake, how much do I make per day? It tells them the numbers easy. So this is kind of the mindset that we have. Easy, simple, ready to go. You
I
understand?
100% agree, and I do think I was trying to tell this to Sam a little bit. Like, Sam's not your average puppy. Sam is a studied genius. He studies very technical concepts about other things. So I'm like, Sam, you got to think about the people, the other people.
Onboarding.
And I don't get out much either to talk to these people anymore. But like, you talk to so many Hexicans all day and you start to think everyone's thinking logically, but no one's thinking logically. 95% of people could give a rat's ass about what's happening other than the fact that they just want to not feel like shit. You know what I mean? They just want to not feel like crap, get their shit done, make it happen. But like, because I've tried to onboard so many people, you get a vibe for how people are. You're like, rich, poor, big business, no business, they don't give a shit. But like with people with big money, it's a little bit different, right? Like,
yes.
But anyway,
because for
that's
them
not
it's
the
time.
point. I agree with that part of it, but I want to get into a little more technical part of it.
Yes.
The Gnosis safe part. Like,
yes, no, I'm getting into that. I was warming up. I was getting.
And I just want to know, like, my questions about Gnosis safe are like, when because you basically are a front end for Gnosis, right?
We literally have the Gnosis step, and then inside the app, because it's built in, so that way you don't have to worry about anything else. But yes, we basically use.
Are you going to have all the PRC20s and stuff available on the V2?
Yes, on Pulse Chain. All of that's going to be there.
Guys.
Like I literally said, and everybody that sacrifice or whatever, you don't do nothing. It's just going to show up directly, ready to go. And you're going to be able to toggle from 2 blockchains directly from the app. It's going to be crazy. You're going to be like, meta what? By the time we're done, you're going to be like, it's going to be night and day. But before
the Maximus DAO, can you is Maximus DAO represented on there? The Maxi token?
Not yet. Remember, we're in the process of updating the UI and going to V2. So some of this, because remember, some of those coins, even Hedron, like not too long ago, they didn't exist. They just show up out of nowhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That was hard.
We gotta get our priority. Our priority is Pulse Chain, Pulse Sex. Because trust me, users not gonna be happy if those things are not done. So that's why we focus on that, the resource there. Again, another thing too. Some of us, including myself, right? We have run businesses. Like stuff costs money. Software is hard. It takes time. You have a limited amount of time, limited amount of resources to deploy capital, and let's not forget, maybe Sam doesn't know that, but that's my next point. We're literally paying people every week to build wealth, almost $3,000, literally. All you have to do is create a Quattro Cinco stake and be one of the top 10 bigger staker that week. Every week. That hasn't stopped. Nobody even talks about it that much like that because, again, we want to use.
What are you saying? You're paying what?
So every week there's like almost like a little incentive feature within the app where
it's called
the guy
Operation
who stakes the largest amount of volume for 5555 which in whatever time parameter gets a certain extra bonus or some sort of
So it's good for the system. It's good for the user. You delay gratification. You build wealth, and on top of that, you're getting paid to build that wealth. So imagine you have a new guy just onboarded and he's building his dream account, right? I don't know if you heard about that term. I coined that. It's called a dream account. But basically, building your staking ladder, putting a lot of it for the long term. And imagine you have a smart wallet. You start everything. You build that. You win, and now you get extra money on top of that just for doing the right thing. I mean, it's freaking amazing every week. So what I'm saying is we're deploying resources efficiently, smart location, and everything that we do, there's an order of priority. So, but when we get the Pulse chain, again, because they're all PRC20, so if you can get one, you can get the other one. It's super easy to add. So it's no big deal. Now, on the Ethereum chain, it's a little bit different because also we protect the user. We don't want to list crap. We don't want to list something that goes bad. See, it's all cool when everything goes well. Then somebody gets hacked or somebody is bad, then you get the bad rep. So we have to make sure we preserve our reputation too. You see what I'm saying? So that's why we're not just adding stuff just to add. It's not that hard, but also we have priority because Pulse chain, we believe, is right around the corner. So
what do you personally use? Do you use StakerApp for your personal stake?
Yes, I have both.
Which one do you use the
most? People are diversified pretty, I would assume, even myself at this point. Like
so you don't.
But I do have a sacrifice within StakerApp.
Yes.
Oh,
so here's the story, right?
When I was new and Pulse Chain was coming out, I put 20,000 hex or 10,000 hex on StakerApp because there was a video on it, and I said, well, let me see if I can do this. And I just did
back in the day, even before working with StakerApp, I literally just for fun, that's why I'm a bunch of people. I did a promotion. Hey, if you did a Quattro Cinco, say I'll buy you a hoodie, which is really nice for one of our Hexican, Cryptic Girl, really, really nice hex hoodie. So literally, I shipped stuff worldwide to people just to do the right thing. They didn't even know me. I was like, hey, just send me info, boom, done. Because the essence, especially with Staker, is this. We use MetaMask because that's the only thing that was around. Then we realized also, which is my next point, that's the thing that I don't like in MetaMask. There's a feature that you can go in there. It's called export private key. I fucking despise that shit. I don't like it. Because in other words, I can do everything right, keep my 12 words, blah, 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 safe, right? But then if somebody gets my passcode, to unlock the MetaMask, then I'm pretty much screwed, because once they're in, they can literally just go into the settings, use that, and then they can just get the 12 words again. I don't like that. Staker doesn't have that. We only show you the 24 words once. So that's it. And we'll never ask you again. Another cool thing is it's 24 words. It's not 12. It's the most secure, safe thing on the market, period. Vitalik Buterin using himself. It has the most billions of dollars back. That's still, people just kind of like brush it around the corner. They don't understand.
But if somebody gets a password, if somebody gets the password for your Staker app, they can still steal your money.
No, because again,
because you're talking about on the wallet, right?
Yes, yeah. So I think you're confusing the passcode to unlock the wallet with the seed words.
Well, because you said passcode. You said the passcode for the wallet.
Yes. But passcode is there's a passcode when you use MetaMask. Lock and lock. There's a passcode for that. Okay, but in Staker we don't have that. And then the 24 words is not stored on the device. It's encrypted and it never show it to you again. So let's say somebody steals your phone, hits you in the head. There's no settings inside the app where they can go and export the words. So you're actually super safe. That's another so useful thing that people have no idea about. That's why when I go around and when I talk to a celebrity, people are like, I don't care. I pull up the Dream account, I show them because I want to show receipts. You can steal my phone. It doesn't matter. You can't steal stuff. You know what I mean? And another powerful tool that I explain to people, which is the power of staking, is you can use the app in what's called view-only mode, which is very powerful. So let's say your MetaMask that you have right now. You can download the app right now for free, sign in for free. Don't even request the smart wallet. Just add your MetaMask. There's a function in the wallet tab. You can add up to 15 wallets even if you want. You just conglomerate everything you want, and you can view everything, all your stakes, your wealth, all that stuff. And because it's in view-only mode, nothing can happen. You cannot swap, you cannot stake, you cannot do anything in the app because obviously it's not a smart wallet, okay? It's a MetaMask. You have to go to MetaMask. But you can view things. So somebody, even that has a smart wallet, do everything, create the stake, let's say long-term stake, and literally can then delete the app, everything, and then sign back in. It's going to ask him to import the 24 words. Just don't import, just leave it like that, and you can just view your stuff. There's so many additional security features.
What do you need to do? Just put in your address kind of thing to view only?
Yeah, the view only is just sign in. Sign in with an email of your choice. Do not use a company email because you may or may not work at that company down the line. Okay. And then once you sign in, you're good. You just add the address, you're cool. Another feature that I love using is biometrics. I use biometrics on my phone. So I don't even have to worry about the sign in, sign out, sign in, because again, people sometimes forget passwords. That's why we're very smart. We didn't want to do like, oh, what about we do like a phone code? 6-digit, whatever, because you're going to do everything safe. You're going to keep your 24 words, and then you're going to be doing something stupid, and you're going to forget your passcode, and next thing you know, you're locked. We don't want that. Because remember, we are a non-custodial wallet. Very important. Do you know what that means? So again, for the viewer who don't know, it's like we don't have access to your money. We can't control your money. This is the reason why you have to have that discipline and that personal accountability. Because if you lose it, it's gone. But this is how we can guarantee, and you have the peace of mind that only you have access to your money, because only you saw the 24 words. Only you got to write it down, no screenshot, writing in orders, do everything right, and then you're safe, you're secure, and it's great. Life goes on. You lose your phone, you get a new device, you re-download the app, you sign in with the same email address, super easy, which is your email, and then you import the 24 words, et voila. There's a reason why we only use Apple and Google, because those are the two biggest companies, control 90-some% of market share, and we know that at least to some degree, those emails should not be hacked, but nobody knows 100%. But we always make sure we look at things that's best in the market, user first, security, and building wealth, because we believe, like it happened to us, that a little bit of money can turn into a lot of money down the road. And you don't want to be that guy that do the security backwards. Because you look at your account, maybe it's only a few $100, few $1,000. You're like, whatever. And then when it turns to millions, you realize your security is not on point. You realize you have all those other loose ends. You realize you did screenshots even though you shouldn't have, and now you're living paranoia for the next 10 years.
So what do you guys see as the biggest issue with adoption for Staker right now?
Well, the biggest thing for us, honestly, will be just the fee, because we're still moving very, very fast. At the peak, we were averaging 2,000 new heads per week. Now we're still doing a safe average 500 a week, because we see the smart wallet request. You know what
Incredible.
I mean? So it's we literally, after Richard, we're the number one onboarding. Period. There's not even a competition. It's just like it is what it is. And now that I'm in Miami, I'm punching higher. Like I'm talking celebrity big time. Like I can name drop right now. It's just it's crazy. Even me, I couldn't even believe it. I'm like, okay, because I was supposed to move to Puerto Rico, right? And then I changed the plans. I was like, all right, because there's so much business opportunity here. You know what I mean? I go to the club a lot, but I do business. That's why I get to network with people. And then they see it's like, oh, what do you do? And then boom. Because this is one thing about crypto in general. People think crypto is fake, right? They'll be like, Jim Rat, where's the money? You just look at the screen. How do we know it's real? And then when they see you in the club all the time, they see you in the nice restaurant, they'll be like, oh, I guess it is real. And then they ask the curiosity. So what do? How does it work? But I also know they have attention deficit, because that's what celebrities are. They got 5 minutes for you. You got to elevate a pitch. You got to be quick, efficient, punch what's going on.
And they're used to getting
your manager, and then boom. If it takes too long, if it's too complicated, they don't understand it. They're like, some of those people make $100,000 a month, like passive. But then when you can show them like, hey, but you're using literally $30 million to do that. And I can show you how with less, I can show you more yield in Hex. And that's what blows their mind. Like I can name it right now. One of the biggest clubs here in Miami is called Club Vendome. I'm buddy with the owner now. It's pretty cool. We have our slogan, me and my team, called Money Goes on Trees. Jim might see us on the IG. He knows.
But I always do, because I'm prepping for my move, Karim. I'm prepping for my move. You know
so
that.
and then he had like $1.5 million in Ethereum just sitting around. You know, because you want to just take it just. But the club is lit. The club makes almost $2 million a month net profit. Net profit. I saw just in the last 10 days, I saw Quavo, the Migos, they were there. They were Offset. I saw Busta Rhymes. I saw 50 Cent. I saw Jadakiss. I saw Sway Lee 3 times. It was crazy. I saw, and this was wait, hold on. There's another one. Oh, yesterday I saw Florida. He was there. I was another club.
We're like it sounds like that's your.
We don't know anyone.
And they're starting. No,
those names. I have no idea who they are.
I'm telling you, here, like
I'm sitting here. I'm happy for you, but I have no idea who they are.
On my end, like all these fitness, there's a lot of fitness guys that I've watched and been in their forums for years and years. I've been digging in these forums since I was just a boy. So they know my name, right? Like they know if I ask questions.
Yes.
Now the forums have changed. They've turned into more like YouTube comments now and like IG stuff. But I'm saying, like, I got some guys with like 1 million followers in fitness is like fucking everyone, like every 16-year-old on steroids has 1 million followers these days.
Oh, and by the way, shout out to Jim Rad for that, because I did talk to one thing that the community know. I was on the Fresh and Fit podcast, you know, and then I talked to Myron. I give you the shout out and everything.
Dude, so does Myron remember me? Because my name's obviously was not Jim Rad at the time. But he was actually my personal trainer.
Yeah, but he has many clients, so. But I show him a
way
picture.
Back in the day, dude. Me and Myron were. Dude, this was back when he was still working. He was hustling on the side, and I knew it right away. He was a hustler. I was like, this dude is legit. So whenever I'm making my YouTube channel, I go over to his shit. I check some shit out, because that guy knows how to ride an algorithm. He knows how to make a YouTube channel.
Myron is serious. That's what I love about him. He's on a mission. They want to get that 1 million sub. Like, people think it's easy to just no. You got to be creative. You got to come up with the content. They got the main channel. They got a clip channel. They take sections and whatever. They do the vlog. I mean, it's a lot of work. Because I went there because I thought, this is fun. But like, I see the behind the scene. It's pretty lit. But it's like, but funny story, right? How did that happen, right? So I pull up, come to Miami, and I connect with my boys, our crew, Money Goes on Treat, and I'm checking the IG, and I'm like, wait, that's fresh? They didn't even know who he was, because I watched the podcast, So I was like, yo,
it's a dope-ass podcast, dude. I'm not going to lie, I don't watch the content anymore, but it's really good I know the genre, and it's really good.
Yes. there's certain key topics that I like,
have no idea
and
what
then
this
I
is.
like the Money Mondays because they talk about money, they talk about investing, they talk about not getting finessed, they talk about, because it's Miami and it's all stuff. So I know people only hear about the after hour stuff and they take shit out of content and girls go crazy. I don't care for that. Like I said, what do you think I choose the day? Like I went on the Money Monday show. That's the day I went in because we were talking about money. You know what I mean? But the funny story is that so my friend is in the IG live. Goes, oh, I saw Kodak Black too. Of course, that's what I mean.
I know. No,
And
I
then,
know me some Kodak
and
Black.
I saw Gunna. I forgot. Yeah, first
Dude,
day.
that's crazy.
We're buddy with Gunna's manager. We're going to try to do a setup. It's gonna be crazy.
I live in my own
Dude, if
fucking
these
world.
rappers start
I have
thinking
no idea
Hex
who
is
these
cool,
people are.
dude.
Yes,
If these rappers start thinking Hex is cool, dude, because Lil
And last
Baby and shit
Sunday,
already got
we saw
Ethereum and
Lil
stuff.
Durk. Lil Durk was here last Sunday.
Oh my god,
It's crazy, and the summer hasn't even hit yet. Just
dude,
imagine.
Lil Durk's probably the biggest rapper overall. I mean, there's like top 5, but like at the moment, like currently in Chicago, like
Lil
still
Durk
doing.
and then Lil Baby as well. But just the connectivity is crazy. So funny story, right? So we see, I said, yo, that's so and so. I said, oh, we were, because my friend didn't even know because we just do what we do. And then it's like he took the contact, saying and then the other night when I arrived, we had a big night because we were all 4 of us in one place. Because usually, I'm the one that came last because remember I was on tour out there, educating people in Vegas. So we got back together. So we went out, and then Fresh came in that night. So that's why I did my introduction. Oh, I'm a good fan. You act like a groupie, just cool, And then we talk. So, oh, what do you guys do? I see you guys a lot. Money goes to you. That's catchy. We say, okay, cool. And then the next night I'll say, hey, listen, I'm in the crew. I'm the guy that's big about investment. So there's 4 of us. One is an accountant, big gun. One is an artist, musician. One is into like property rentals and kind of like the website churro, like luxury. He has luxury cars, so he just rented out and stuff. So we all have that kind of make money while you sleep. You know what I mean? Money grows on trees. That's how we came up with the catchy thing. And then I'm the big one in crypto specifically, but it's the same mindset. So we have all the different umbrella, and that's what I love that he said the second time when I was like, because I was like, hey, I would love to come on the podcast. No, I mean, I wasn't trying to like force us. Say, hey, I think I have valuable content that you would like. I always start like that, no pushy, just
you got it. You got to be.
I didn't even mention Hex or whatever. Say, hey, I'm big in crypto, passive investing. I think that's something you will like. It's the same thing that you and Myron are already doing. They're literally doing the same thing with real estate. We're doing in crypto.
Somebody asks in the comments. So this is from Get Hex Island Life 369.
Staker app needs more clarity on the website for onboarding.
So can you had mentioned early on? Can you can purchase for a fee? Purchase right through the app, like you could.
Yes, it's automatic. It's $10. We only charge you $10. $9.99. Yes. And we also have articles. Maybe I should link that again because we have articles because we wrote blog, we wrote article, but people don't read. It's just like, but the app. Okay, let me just do a quick review. The app is very simple. I promise you. If you're new right now watching, you can literally follow this simple step and it's right. Once you download the app, which is free, when you go to the home screen, literally there's 4 steps. Step 1, it says sign in. Choose the email that you like.
You have to put an email in.
No, it's just to sign in. It could be, you could literally create a dummy email. It takes you 2 minutes, call it crypto email, and then use that. We do not track anything. We do not, none of that stuff. It's literally just for the indices because Smart Wallet costs money. We can't get spam and somebody just download, and then pay maybe $1,000, but then cost us 10 grand because he's just purchasing wallet and then not using it. We don't want that. So the email is kind of how, to some degree, it's like a human is actually trying to get onboarded. Make sense? Because it has to be a valid email or it doesn't work. Because if we don't have that, you can just go and randomly start, basically trying to drain our treasury by just randomly ordering wallet that you're not going to use. Does that make sense? You can use your personal email. You can use a brand new email. But
I mean, I get that email is part of it. I don't understand what you were saying when you were saying people could try to drain.
Imagine you're a bot, okay? And you just want to order 100 wallets. If there's no email address, how do we know it's an actual person? And not
they got to pay for them. Right?
Yeah, but remember, we pay 90%. I don't want to pay 90% for wallet of people.
Well, you're not. I mean, I'm assuming that there's a deal there. Like there's no way you guys are paying 90%.
There's no deal. There is no deal. We pay the full price. There's no deal. There's no deal.
There's not. You guys didn't
no
approach
deal.
Gnosis. Why didn't you guys approach Gnosis?
Because it's the best, most secure thing in the market right now. Like I said earlier, that's what Vitalik used. And there's other feature that it does that we're going to be able to enable with V2, which I'm going to talk about next.
Okay,
But,
can you talk about Gnosis for a second? Because
yes,
several people have brought that up, and I was like, okay, well, that to me seemed like
I
the
will.
biggest
I will. So
value.
let me just finish my train of thoughts, and then I get that. So it's very important for the onboarding, 4 steps. Okay, so and then we'll go to Gnosis. Because if you ask me a question, I'm just going to answer them, and then I won't be able to finish. You're
good.
So,
you're good.
4 steps. Number 1, you sign in, email of your choice, whatever it is. Number 2, you request the smart wallet. When you hit the request, the 24 words gets displayed to you. Write them down, please, in order. No screenshots. Very important, because you don't know where your photo can go, your iCloud, all that stuff. Then once you write it down, then he's going to ask you to write it down, to put it back in, so they know that you're doing it correctly. So you have the certainty that you wrote down the word correctly. So
that's good. That's a good thing.
Yeah, he shows it to you. Then he asks you to put it back in, so you know you do it correctly. And literally, you just put a word, single space, put the next word, single space. That's it. Then when you're done, number 3, then he invites you to go into the App Store. That's when you will pay for the wallet activation. Then after that, you're going to get a message that's going to say it can take up to 2 hours, sometime a day if there's a high grade. But basically, you're done after the $10. Now we're working everything in the background. Automatic system is going to pick it up and then turn on the wallet. Then yeah, go ahead.
So I'm sorry. So like after you go through the setup process, I would assume that anybody who uses a smartphone could probably figure it out relatively quickly.
It's very straightforward. And then step 3, you're funding the wallet. There's 2 ways. Once you have the wallet activated, if you already have crypto, like most of them, even my celebrity people on the Coinbase, Gemini, you can just send that over literally to Ethereum wallet. Super easy. It's a simple transfer. But only send those 3 things. The app tells you, but I'm going to repeat it live. X, ETH, or USDC. Those are the 3 we support right now until V2 comes out. Nothing else. I don't want to hear about nothing else. Those are the 3 because those are blue chips, right? Because USDC is USDC. Hex is what we love. And ETH is usually in the beginning what we had to buy to then buy Hex.
So a couple questions on that. First of all, you keep mentioning the phrase smart wallet.
Yes.
Why are you calling it a smart wallet, not just a wallet?
Okay, let me tell you how super smart it is. First of all, thanks to the setup of the smart wallet, we're the only wallet where you can pay the fee in Hex, ETH, or USDC. That's going to blow your mind. Because right now on your MetaMask, it's so stupid, you need Ethereum every time. If you don't have Ethereum, you can't transact, which means you're also subject to price risk. If the Ethereum price crash and you have to have a bunch of Ether because of transaction, you're going to eat that garbage with it too. With us, you can literally just swap your Ether, for example, for USDC, no volatility. I do that sometimes. I have my transaction on USDC on the side, so you never worry about losing value.
And you get to pick in the app what.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Or another thing that I like, this is what I propose that we come up with a way where you can pay the fee in Hex. So in other words, you can literally empty the wallet. So you swap everything for Hex. So you get the maximum number of Hex. And then you use Hex to stake and also to pay the fee. So it will minus what's needed and everything else is going to be staked automatically. And on V2, very cool feature nobody else has, we're going to be able to enable something where we're going to end, if you have no money, right? You're going to be able to end your stake and then pay for the transaction fee from the value of the stake proceeds. Let me say that again because it's so
very,
deep.
Very
That's insane. MetaMask doesn't do that. Imagine you got $1 million waiting and it's a $5,000 end stake fee and you can't even get your jackpot.
Or imagine if you did 300 stakes because you were making a bunch of mistakes early on and you're like, oh shit, I'm broke or whatever at the time when shit goes on in this world. And you have like 10 stakes coming out big money and you have no ETH. And you're like, I can't get $6,000 in ETH in the next 2 months.
Most people got no.
That's how much it'll be roughly. But if you're doing your things right, you should be able to manage it. But shit happens.
Just those 3 things I just mentioned, my friend, is the reason why it's called Smart Wallet, and it's miles ahead. MetaMask could never dream about doing that.
Is there anything associated with this wallet V2 or anything like that moving forward to the Pulse chain?
No, it's going to be enabled on Pulse chain too. You're going to be able to have both. It's going to be so crazy. Breaking news. We're going to get to a point where with PulseX and whatever, we're gonna enable all those as well. You're gonna be able to pay your fee in PulseX, Pulse Chain. It's gonna be crazy to the point where it's like you're just gonna stop using MetaMask.
So basically, by smart wallet, you mean it has more
very more
potential.
So that's just those are just two. Next feature of the smart wallet: one click. Let me say it again: one click, multi-staking ladder, massive. You can do 15 stake, one click. You see, the celebrity, that's what they like. They're like, all right, Karim, I'm gonna wire 100 grand. We're gonna do it like that. We're gonna do the ladder. I want this. I say, yeah, just tell me. I literally show it to him live. He was like, oh wow, super easy. He put the number of years, put the frequency, he automatically do the math, automatically do the division, all the stakes, boom, 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 done. For example, we did one of my friends, we did 15 years, frequency once per year. So he automatically created 15 stakes, one for each year. It was about like, at the time, was like 2 million hex. It just did the division, boom, 15 stakes, one click, done. So what's mind-blowing about that, and I shout out to Firebond, Sam, because he's a genius. He literally write the code for that. But again, because the smart wallet is able to do it, but he's the one that wrote the code. So it's like a batch transactions. So in other words, imagine not having to pay for 15 individual stakes, by the way, which would have cost you way more money. Maybe you pay for the equivalent of 8 to 10 stakes, because he batch all the transactions and he just submit it all at once. And in the future, you're going to be able to literally create your own transaction. I want you to do this, and end here. And then you will just do that. MetaMask cannot fucking dream about doing that. It's a fucking joke. So it's more safe, more secure, faster, no transaction.
The reason you say it's more safe, why is the reason people are like, oh, it's more safe? But I don't understand why people believe that it's more safe.
So for me, again, you can call it a personal belief, but to me, it's just common sense and math. Number one, risk is a spectrum. It's about attack vectors. I don't like that somebody, if they have my pass code, can go and export my 12 words. I don't like that. That's, to me, that's a negative action. I don't like that. So the fact that we don't show that, it keeps your 24 words safe. Because if you got it and you put it in a safe place, you have 100% confidence that only you has it. There's nowhere in the app, there is no settings. That's you know what I mean? We have made like a special recovery, but nowhere in the app where you can go and just, hey, let me export this thing. No. That is, to me, is paramount.
But to me, just adding on a flexible layer seems far more risky. From my point of view, I'm like, okay, having this thing that people call a smart wallet adds more risk to the equation because of the flexibility, because people are working on it. People fuck shit up because they're human, right? So to me, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, but nobody's working on it the way you sound it. No. Nobody's working on it. It just has more features. There's no what it's done. It's just more features. You just use the feature or you don't. There's no extra stuff. Everything is done. Smart wallet, there's no like when we talk, which is the next feature I'm going to talk about, we're going to have multi-sig integration, okay? When you can have even more security, because now you can have two. It's already done. Like, I'll say for the business, it's already done. It's a smart wallet. It has multi-sig. The reason why it's not in the app yet is because we got to find a way to make it simple, beautiful. Again, grandma needs to be able to do multi-sig if she wants to, in a non-complicated way. Because we're going to have level of security. You can be level 1, level 2, level 3. And then we recommend things based on how much the user is funding and what is backing up. Because we also believe it doesn't make sense if you have $100, no offense. We're not going to go tell you to go buy a hardware wallet that also costs $100. It makes no fucking sense.
And Sam does bring that up very often too. That's one of his points. It's like, it's a silly, the way that people have to come to some middle ground, right?
Exactly.
People want to say you either have to buy a brand new laptop, buy a new house, and bury it with 5 different metal keys. And I always say to that stuff, like, you really just got to stop clicking the fuck around on your crypto computer. Mm-hmm. And you need to I just tell people to have a burner phone or a burner computer and do the shit on that.
Yeah.
But
and the key is to understand it's a spectrum.
You tell people to spend $300 and then get $50. And then
no, it's insane. Don't do that. Now, the beauty is this. I told people, do whatever you want to do. The beauty is that we give you options. We recommend based on level. You have $100, $200, level 1. You get to 5, 10 grand. Hey, maybe, again, it's just a suggestion. maybe you should consider this, right? But we're not going to tell you hardware wallet when you got $200. It makes no sense. It makes no sense, because the beauty with the flexibility is like, as the account grow, 10 grand, 100 grand, millions, now it's like we're going to put like a warning, like, hey, you should consider really boom, boom, boom. The same way I was telling my friend, like, nobody say you got to trash the MetaMask completely. You know, some of us have to have it because that's the first thing, but it doesn't hurt to diversify. It's like having multiple wallets. So if one's get compromised, God forbid, you know, you give your key to I don't know, an ex-wife or girlfriend or whatever, at least you have other wallet. You know what I mean? My dream account started on MetaMask because that's the only thing we had. And then I migrated to StickWrap. Not everything I do on StickWrap, but I'm okay having both because just in case, just redundancy. That's all it is. And I like the added security. And as the stuff start to end on MetaMask over the years, I'm going to start migrating more to the smart wallet because it's more safe, it's more secure. And then at my level, it will start to make sense to potentially have maybe multi-sig and all this other stuff, you know, multiple location, just because I want that redundancy. That is the key.
Another quick, actually, I'm going to make a stop real quick so I can say what's up to the chat, because
there's a question from MJ Money in there. In the
all
chat.
right, I'll hit that before I go. I saw Hex Token in here. I wanted to give Hex Token a shout out. I love Hex Token. I love your show. I watch it every day at nighttime after I'm done my work. Thanks for doing all that work. Go follow Hex Token. He's a cool guy. He's over in there with the kangaroos are. All right, YARG, SSOR. I can't even compute it on my calculator. It just said, oh, my bad. Wrong one. Sam, yeah, that's when we were talking about celebrities and stuff. I'm sorry. I was just catching up with the chat. I'm catching up. Crypto Gate. Hey, guys, 101 live viewers, brand new time slot. We don't care about the algorithm. We just blow right through that.
Bang, bang.
Come on, baby. Come on.
And one thing that I want to say about the celebrity, why it matters, is because a lot of them, almost all of them here, they are dabbling into crypto. And it's cool because I am literally moving away from the crap, because there's a lot of NFT people here. They come into the club, they throw crazy money and they want to, but then I'm able to break it down to them like, hey, this is cool, but there's a lot of hype. And the thing is that, and like we just said the best, NFT is great if you're the one selling it. It sucks when you're the one buying it. And this is why the owner of the club really fucks with me, because I keep it real, because I'm not trying to finesse him. I already got my money. I'm already rich. He saw that. I'm just saying, say, Karim, what do you think about this? Because he had other meetings, but he doesn't know about crypto. So I broke it down to him and he made sense. Oh, I got to watch out for that. But then the cool thing is I say, hey, if you want to do NFTs, I'll give you ideas. Add utility, do stuff for the club. Hey, buy this NFT, extra bottle for free, VIP access, hang out with the owner. Like, you see, I explained to him how to add the utility, what makes the thing valuable. Because if not, those celebrity other guy artists, they're going to come in, they're going to sell you crap, you're going to buy it, and then it gets dumped on your head. Look, a couple of weeks ago, Richard posted it. It was so funny. Guy buy the first tweet, $2 million fucking dollars, and today that shit can't even sell for like $2K or $200 or some insane low numbers. Like, that's a 99% wrecked.
The person who bought the original tweet from Jack Dorsey paid $2.9 million, and he's trying to sell for like 20 or 30 grand at this point. Like, but there's also other reasons people do things like that.
He's still trying to sell it at that point. I would just take the L at that point.
Yeah,
just fucking leave. Like, I don't want the 30 grand. I'm just gonna like find a new project. Like, something else I could do. But it's also good. Like, in crypto, you got to be like able to take an L or two as well. Like, we've all came to this point, right? We're all Hexicans and we all have this walled garden kind of vibe. We're very worried about security. We're very worried about technical detail, which is just really uncommon. And even in the Hex community, not everyone's worried about that. But that's why I love this community so much. This is the only community in crypto that has customer service. Literally.
Yes.
I'm live every day at 11 a.m. Eastern. There's people live every single day. While Pulse Chain drops, I'm going to be covering it every single day.
Yeah.
While it drops.
You literally have a channel that tells you when everybody goes live. Literally, it's almost like a TV programming show. Like, literally. And that's another powerful thing about the community, because the product is that good. So everybody can have abundant mindset. There's plenty to go around, and each one teach one, and each one involving and onboarding and doing all this other stuff adds value for everybody else. That's what makes it so different. And then when I showed up from the community, even when I was on the Fresh and Fish podcast, you know, Balliet Brand and many other people, they came, they showed some love, they dropped the super chat, boom, boom, boom. They're like, whoa, who are those people? You know what I mean? And the funny story was, you know, when I met Fresh, I could finish that story real quick. It was like the second night, I said, oh, yeah, Money Goes 03. Yeah, you guys are cool. Crypto, I'm not so sure. And I was like, yeah, I want to go to the podcast. I want to talk about business, investing in crypto. I think you guys should learn. One of our Hexican, I think that's Abid's girlfriend, she was on the show too. So I mentioned that Jory. And then everything was cool. But then, you know, like typical club, first time he meets me, right? Say, oh, I don't know, you know, the podcast is for celebrity. You know what I mean? You got to have a follower.
Is that the route you guys are going now for marketing?
No, that's just me.
Sounds like.
That's just me doing the work. The big marketing drop is what is going to happen when V2. Because again, we do this the right way business-wise. We get everything in order, V2, everything well-oiled machine, then we go crazy on the marketing.
So what are some things? So I think that it's awesome to have those things that are super simple because most people are lazy and they don't want to put in the work. And so I think that's awesome. I don't know if I will ever use it personally. Maybe I'll try to download it and just play with it and see what it's like because based on this conversation.
But Sam, if you download the free app, you can just hook up your public address to it and it'll show you all your stats.
Yeah. That's exactly how I would use it if I use it.
Yeah, no, that's how the UI too. Look like that. It's one of the best stat sites in crypto. I mean, it's got great stats on there. It's got a lot of features, really. But like,
we literally have the best stats. There's so many stats we have, people don't even know. If you've been to Hex.vision, which is shows everything about Hex, that's us too. We're gonna be able to with V2. We're gonna be able to connect that with the V2 as to keep it simple. Because again, I can go deep. Jim, right now, I can go very deep into the rabbit hole. But for the sake of the conversation, certain people, I just like to keep it at a certain level. But we have all the stats. We just want to present it in a way where majority first. Majority wants simplicity. The people that want all the extra shit and this.
Will you guys open? Will you guys is all the stuff open source effectively on that site you just mentioned?
No, we're private. A lot of the stuff is free for you to use, but we're not open source. I mean, we're private business. Why would we do that? Makes no sense.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Well, I mean, if it's like all about the community, that's what I was asking. So if it was like open, do you have any right? Like, because then you might open source it because then people are going to see shit that you don't see that you can implement, you know, kind of thing. Because they're going to talk about it. But what are some of like the big things you have for V2? Because that sounds like a big update.
Yeah, well, first of all, we're gonna do a V2 Lite first, and then full V2 because full V2 can only come after Pulse Chain. Because in the ideal world here, okay, I'm trying not to shield too much, you know, because I get very passionate about this. But in the ideal world, imagine where you come in directly from the app, everything's smooth, new UI looks amazing. You're gonna be able to literally as a toggle go from Pulse Chain back to Ethereum, back and forth, super easy, seamless. It tells you which blockchain you use. All your coins are there, especially for the PRC20. That's going to be very easy because, to be honest, we're going to heavily onboard on that side because, again, it makes sense. The fees are going to be so fucking low. Why are we going to tell people to, you know, now, those who get onboarded now are going to get just a second wallet for free because it's just going to duplicate. So they're going to get technically 2 smart wallet. And then later on, those who onboard after directly on Pulse Chain, they're just going to have the Pulse Chain. And if they want to go to Ethereum, then they're going to have to pay for the wallet. So we do that on purpose because we just want them to stay on the Pulse Chain because it's better for them. If you're going to buy Hex and stuff, why would you go back and pay the fee? Now, if you buy now, which you should, then you get your free copy. That's one thing. But imagine Pulse Chain is launched, new person comes in, first time he hears about us, the Hex is going to be on the Pulse Chain. We're going to call that Hex. We're not going to call that P-Hex. You feel me? So they're going to be able to have 2 chains, all the coins available. We're going to have all the transaction ID. Imagine getting the Block Explorer, everything all in once. You're going to be able to also do the staking for Pulse because we want to be a validator as well. We want to do that. We want to be able to give you access with the bridge. We're going to have interconnection with something called Wallet Connect. So we're going to be able to do that even from the app so people can start using. If other stuff like Hedron pops up in the future, we want to make it easier for people to use their smart wallet compared to the hardcore way, you know, which some people have to find out the hard way. So all of that's going to be implementation, and we're going to enable all the coins to be used to pay for the fees. That's very, very huge because then you can really, really, truly keep the coin that you want to keep and then just use that to pay the fee. Seamless. And my favorite new feature, like I said, which is when you're going to end the stake, you're gonna be able to pay the fee of the stake from the proceeds of the stake. That's insane. That's never been done before.
That'll be cool. That's awesome.
A comment. I'm going to ask this question and then jump one more. And guys, if you're watching this, if you're new, if you want to like the channel, subscribe to the channel. I'm going live every single day because
Like and subscribe.
I need to learn this shit, dude. Straight up. I'm like, I quit my job so I could learn this shit top to bottom. They said nothing. I'm not going to miss a thing.
And after we go live, we're going to have a video also. I'm going to come back and I'm going to go on money channels and blah, blah, blah. Because we're going to make sure. But the goal is it's going to be so easy, I promise you. We want people to onboard themselves and get to stake in 5 minutes. That's the ideal experience. And then more cool stuff later on with the full V2 UI is the notion of dreams and dream account. You're going to be able to label your stakes like future house, dream car.
Crypto King asked here about the seed phrases, and I've heard a couple people say these things, and I have no idea about all this shit. So I do not. He says, "Are you Staker app be able to see your seed phrases?" I do not.
No, we're not able to. I see what he's asking. So because again, as much as we want to help people, there's always people acting crazy and losing stuff. Again, I handle the support myself. So what he's talking about is we have a very, very last resorts that we can potentially save somebody if they lose their 24 words, but there's very, very specific requirements that needs to happen. If not, the money is gone forever. And the way I onboard people, I kind of set the expectation that the money is going to be gone forever. You're not supposed to know that there's a potential, hey, we're going to try to help you, but no, because it will be gone forever if the app is uninstalled. So let's say you lost your 24 words. You go to heavy screening. You got to read support. Email us. No Twitters because I don't. Nope. We got to email us from the email that you use to sign in for the app because that's not the reason why we like to have the email so we can confirm that you are who you say you are because that email corresponds to the email related to that smart wallet. Does that make sense? So you email us. The app needs to still be in. Not deleted because if you delete the app, then it's gone forever. And then Steph is the only one that can approve that. Once you go to the heavy screening and we verify that you all say who you are, blah, 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 what happens is that it's remote. We enable special settings in the app. Then you're going to be able to refresh the app. And then you're going to be able to temporarily see only you. We don't see it. We don't want to see it. I told people if you send me your stuff, I will delete it. I will block you and I will never help you again. So it's a remote control thing. And then it shows up on your end. You see it, you write it down, and then like 2 minutes later, it disappears.
What are some of the screening things? Because that's a security thing right there, right? Like if I break into somebody's email, somebody breaks into my email, and I'm like choosing to use that app, then they'd be like, hey, my shit's, I lost my seed phrase. I need that again.
There's more. I'm not, for security purposes, there's many screenings you have to go. There's 3 screenings. There's many questions that I ask. I'm not going to say what the questions are. I'm just saying the email is where everything starts. You have to email us from the email that corresponds to the small one. So we know that you are our user and you are who you say
is the email available if somebody were to like in your settings or your account, is the email available that you use to sign up for the app?
What do you mean email available?
So say if I use my email to sign up for the app, can I get in there and see which email that I used to sign up for the app?
Yeah, it tells you on the top left. It tells you which email you use.
So isn't it? It's basically the same thing as MetaMask. Then it's just you have to take one more step to get around it.
No, it's not the same thing as MetaMask. Remember, you have to sign in with your email.
No, correct. It's you got to go through the extra steps. But like MetaMask, you can get the seed phrase in MetaMask if you wanted to game the system, so to speak, or steal somebody's shit with Staker app. You can just take their email address. Same thing, like password, and then go through the roundabout way.
Yeah, I see what you you misunderstood. No, you can't. The email address is literally just the first step so we can try to identify that you are who you say you are. There's 3 more steps you have to do. There's other questions that we ask, and there's verification that we can see blockchain transaction. When did you actually purchase the smart wallet? Like, again, we're not stupid, okay? Steph used to work lead tech at Google, especially on the security department. I am telling you, there's many other questions. I'm not going to tell you what they are. There's many more screening. Cool. No games. That's the one nightmare I say all the time that I don't want to see. People losing their stuff. And like Jim Rat says, we're the only one that trying to provide good customer service. Sadly, we're still dealing with humans because we're not even supposed to do that, period. But I want to make that very, very clear. It's a temporary solution. It doesn't always work because sometimes the person did delete the app. Even if you re-download it, it's gone. The money is gone. The seed has been erased. It didn't, because when you put it in the first time when you import, it's encrypted and it's there. But if you delete the app, it's gone. And it's gone forever. And then nobody can help you. And because we set the expectation, and this is what I love about the new UI for the V2, it's going to tell you literally 3 times. Did you write the systhread? Did you write the systhread? Did you really though? You're going to lose everything if you don't. Like, make it very simple, but very redundant.
Question on that. So say somebody does that. They write their thing down and then they get a new phone, right? And because people get new phones all the time, right?
Yeah.
And so now they download the app again and
Yep.
they put their seed phrase into the
They sign in first. They sign in first. As they sign in, their wallet automatically gets popped up on view only mode, which is amazing because again, it's linked to the email. So it's super easy. It pops up your wallet and it's in view only mode. You see everything, but you can't do nothing but seeing. You cannot send, you cannot swap, you cannot stake. It's in view only mode. And then if you want to get off view only mode to full access, that's when you go import. It's going to say import, and that's when you're going to you put it the 24 words.
Okay, and
literally, my friend does that. He literally did everything, got a new phone, okay, redid the process, sign in, and just leave it in view only mode.
When somebody does that kind of like save them the seed phrase and encrypted on there so that so it's only the first. So if somebody has the app, they've got their seed phrase set up right and everything, they wrote it down properly, and then they get a new phone and they put it onto a new phone. So the fail-safe that you're talking about only works on the first download of the app. If they have a new phone and they got the new phone and they put the seed phrase into the app on the second time, would it work then? Or
it's the same thing. You're just missing that step where, remember I told you it gives you the 24 words and then he asks you to put it back in to verify that is right. When you do that, you're technically doing the importing because you're putting it in. You understand?
Yes, but that wasn't my question. So like I have this phone here, right, and I have this phone here. So I have it up. I set it up on this phone, and then I decide that I'm going to get rid of this phone, right?
Yes.
So I do a hard reset on this one. I download it on this one,
yes.
And then I put in the 24 words,
yes.
right? And then you have to do it a second time, right? You put in your 24 words a second time. Now I'm in the app.
Yes.
Now at this point, 2 weeks later, I lose the seed phrase completely, right? And I can't get into my shit. So then I send you an email. Is it possible to do that? Because even though I've gotten rid of the first version of it, is that possible? Or is that like, does that make sense?
Remember, I see what you're saying. It is possible only if you did not delete the app on the second phone.
Gotcha.
That's what I'm telling you. Because it's once you did the import, it's there and it's encrypted. Nobody can see it. It's just there, it's encrypted. But the moment you delete the app, because some people do that, and the moment you do that, it's gone. So even if we try to do the recovery after do the heavy verification, blah, 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 nothing is going to show because you delete the app and it's just gone because we don't have it. We don't have it. It's perfectly designed where it's like it just pops up temporarily on your front end. You're the only one seeing it. Nobody else sees it. But if you delete the app, it's gone. And you lost money.
The last question I had here. I appreciate this. This is like this conversation has been like actually great from the standpoint I didn't see tremendous value, and I was like, okay, cool. I actually plan on downloading this and setting it up on view only, just so that I can see what you're talking about, because you can't describe what sex is like unless you have sex, and like I need to see this for myself. To actually go through and see if I was like, you know what?
I'm the doctor. Don't worry. I got
It's also good to diversify how many wallets you have too. Like you can just use it as a benefit to you and your security. Like just have multiple options, especially if it's like one on your phone, one here, one there, but they're all different. You can feel a little bit safer when your attack surface is a little bit thinner, you know.
Because remember, we also want to promote personal accountability and responsibility. You know what I mean? Because people are going to be people, but then they got to be trained too, the right thing. Because if they know that, I can just do whatever and always somebody's going to get my back, they're not going to learn. They're just always going to, you know what I mean? So that's
so
why
what
we
are the
have
fees?
to-
What are the fees on the app? What are the fees to do any of the things?
Okay, good. So first thing first, very important. There's only fees only happen because people get confusing. They think the Ethereum block fees are our fees. No, the blockchain transaction from Ethereum, you got to pay that regardless. That's nothing to do with us. Now, our fee only happen, number one, if you have a smart wallet. Again, because remember, the app's free. Only if you have a smart wallet, and you only pay a fee when you either swap or when you stake. Very important. Transfer, sending money is free, always free. We never charge for that. But you are paying the blockchain transaction to send.
Can somebody use a credit card to put money in there?
Yes, you can.
So there's no who pays that processing fee for the credit card?
It's the partner. We don't get no cut from that. It's about the
It's
best partner
Transact.
that we have. Ramp, you pay roughly about 1.5, max 2%.
So that the 1.5 you're describing is for the swap. Is that what you're saying? As well as the staking?
No, you were asking me about funding with a credit card. So see, because you have multiple questions. So let me clarify each. Funding with a credit card. Let's say you're gonna use Gemini. I told people this: if you're gonna fund 2,000 or less, use the on-ramp, do the credit card thing, quick, fast, boom, boom, boom. Because I always do the math. I look at it like 1.5, because it's 1.5 to 2%. Sometimes randomly they go to 3%, but usually it's 2. That's it.
So what you're saying is 1.5 up to 3%.
Yes.
There's some variable involved.
Exactly. That's ramp. That's the partner. That's their convenience fee. So I look at it like, okay, that makes sense up to $2,000. I tell somebody, if you're going to do 5,000 or more, I show them literally step by step, hey, use Gemini. It's free, blah, 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 blah. Then send the money that way. You're going to pay wire transfer. Same day wire transfer is $25. So I'm always looking like, if the cost is going to be greater, do the wire transfer, use an exchange. If the cost is going to be lower, then use the credit card. So I have a friend, he just used the card because he just take it off his paycheck and he's only doing $500 at a time. So he will actually cost him more money if he were to do the wire transfer, because who's going to do EFT and wait 5 days? Hell with that, because EFT is free, electronic fund transfer. But everybody wants quickness, so wire transfer. So for $500, $25 fee is a high number, so he's going to do the card. But if he was doing a big transfer, I teach him how to do.
Is it debit? So debit is free.
Debit works. Debit, credit, MasterCard, Visa, it works.
But is that free for people to fund that way?
You're paying the convenience fee to the company.
Whether it's a debit card or a credit card,
yes,
you're paying
convenience.
Okay, cool.
What if a third party kind of like Transact?
Yes.
Like if somebody.
But it's one of the lowest because there's people out there charging 8%, 10%, just so you know.
Cool. Okay. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
Now, what about the swap and the staking fee? How much are those?
Good. So it's about 0.02%. And by the way, when you use the app, that wasn't when it starts. When you use the app, it literally tells you, and it's okay because you never use it. When you do everything, you do your swap or whatever, you're going to pick the parameters, blah, blah, blah. You're going to choose. You have to click. Very important. You have to click on Hex, ETH, or USDC. Choose the coin you want to pay the fee with. And then it's going to go to the review. There's a button that's going to say review. When you click the review, before you even confirm, it shows you an itemized breakdown. This is what you're doing. This is the fee to the blockchain. And this is the staker fee. It literally tells you every single time. There's no surprise.
I thought you said that Staker app pays the fee.
No, but listen, we're talking about the swapping and staking here. We're not talking about buying the wallet.
Yeah,
correct. But that's what you said. You said earlier that there was if somebody's doing a transaction and it doesn't go through, it fails. That you guys
keyword, my friend. You pay the transaction first, and if it starts needing to be speed up or whatever, that's when we come in and pay the extra. You understand? You still need to pay when you do a transaction on the blockchain. It's okay. You knew. First, you got to pay the fee, and then you wait, and then the transaction is in pending status, okay, until it gets picked up by the miner to be then executed. Do you understand that?
Yep.
The mempool. Now, while you're waiting, if you pick a low grade because you're trying to be cheap, you can be even waiting an hour. Sometimes it's crazy. There's a function called speed up, which then allows you to make your transaction go up the rank. What I'm telling you is you're paying the blockchain transaction fee. And if it doesn't trigger within 30 seconds, because we value speed, then we will pay to speed up the transaction. We're not paying for the transaction. We're paying for the.
Okay, that wasn't clear. That wasn't clear earlier. So if a transaction takes more than 30 seconds, then it's paid to speed up, and that
because
additional
we want that
cost.
experience. We want you to be done and move on.
So there's the Ethereum fee and then a 0.2% fee from you guys. Correct?
Yes.
Is that accurate?
Which is the staker fee, because again, we're a business, right? That's how we're able to subsidize stuff. That's how we're able to do the giveaways and whatever, right? Pay the developers or whatever it might be, like I said. So now here's the best part about this, which is better than MetaMask. We have a hard cap. That's how much we care. $200. That's it. Because 0.02% is very low, right? But it's not low if you're trying to buy $1 million.
Correct.
You understand?
Yeah, $200 hard cap is not.
So $200 hard cap, easy math at $10,000. That's it. That's nothing. Traders swap more than that in freaking 5 minutes. That's nothing. So whether you swap or stake, especially because it's actually lower when you swap, the staking one is the one that's a little bit higher. But the max is $200, point blank period. So if somebody did 10,000 and somebody else did $1 million on a stake or whatever, they both paid the max fee of 200. That's it. That's amazing. I've seen people swap stuff on MetaMask and pay $17,000 in fee.
Yep.
Because their fee is higher than us and it's fixed. There is no, hey, if you do volume, we're gonna lower it. No, none of that crap. You stuck with
that's good. That's definitely good to know. So if it's you said 0.2%, right? So
0.02, my friend. Like I said, $10,000, $200.
So 0.02%. So it's not, you're not saying the decimal places, right? So that's going to be
0.02.
Three zeros. Then is what you're saying, correct?
0.02%. Yes.
Right. So that's 0.002 times the dollar amount.
$10,000. You pay $200 when you stake it.
Okay, so that's 0.2 then. Semantics. Okay, cool.
Yes,
thank you.
I just say 0.02, which is 0.2.
It doesn't matter.
Cool. I just wanted to be clear for myself.
Yeah, for sure. So moving forward, obviously, we're all getting excited for the launch.
Mm-hmm.
Away from Staker app for a second, how are you kind of getting ready for the launch? How are you? What are you expecting?
Me personally, or
just personally, more so just like a friendly basis.
Want to get that quick math, love? Is it that time? I just want to make sure we're done with the Staker thing. Because when I go the other way, I won't go freestyle because I got stuff that I want to drop too. So, but yeah.
Thank you for covering all those details.
I want to make sure Sam is fully taken care of, clear. So, because when I move on to other topic, then I don't want to distract the user.
Karim, you awesome. Thank you for answering the questions. Hopefully that was helpful for anybody who was listening, who had some similar thoughts, or they weren't just like.
And all I always say is this, in conclusion, is that have an open mind. Again, the app to download is free. Go play with it first. Don't fall victim of people making full of conclusion when they haven't even tried a thing.
Correct.
That's what I'm trying to avoid, because everyone in this community does that.
And you see the UI, you see the smooth, whatever, the hard work that's been put into it. It's no joke. We're trying to do something not just that's cool, but that's professional, that you as a user can be proud to say, hey, I use Sticker. It's like same level of banking services type stuff. That's what we wanted to do. So
I love the simplicity of that, because that's gonna resonate with so many people. And crypto, trying to explain crypto to say your mom or fucking anybody who doesn't have some base level of understanding is like talking to a brick wall, because they have no fucking.
And right now, cool fun stat, I think we passed roughly about 110 to 115,000 downloads, and we have about roughly 35,000 and growing smart wallet. So what's cool about that is that, you see, not everybody has to have a smart wallet, but people can use the value because a lot of the value provided is free. You have about 70,000 people who haven't downloaded a smart wallet yet, but we also track that metric, which is fun to watch. They come like this, and then usually on average within 6 weeks to 2 months, they convert. They use it. Oh, this is pretty cool. You know what? Oh, I didn't know you could do this. Boom. And then smart wallet. Like today, hopefully some new users never heard about it. They just heard rumors. Now they're getting all the facts. They're like, oh, wow. The no fees. Oh wow, I can pay the fees in
so the $10 is one time, or is that annual?
The what?
The $10 is that one time or
lifetime once. That's it.
Oh,
on Pulse Chain, it's gonna be so cheap. We're just gonna turn our wallet for free.
GRC, I wanted to just hear his thoughts real quick on Nosa Safe before and then we'll go into Pulse Chain real quick.
Please.
Okay.
Well, I was kind of going to transition. Well, yeah, no, it depends. Hey, Karim, whenever you want to go, just put your last message out there to the people. We're at 107 live viewers. The chat has been 100% active the entire time.
I've seen Karim come up in the chat so many times.
Thank you, GRC. Thank you, Sam, for the questions. Thank you for Karim for being bold enough to answer and be a leader in your community and with what you're doing, because that's what we like. We like leaders here. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You could be working at McDonald's. You could be working at McDonald's. I know there's a leader in every group, and you can just be that person. We're all in Hex now. We have to take a stand, and you got to stand up for what you believe in. And that's what I'm doing on this show. I'm doubling down on honesty and just trying to get really in there, because at the end of the day, we're all here for money, guys. Straight up. Like, if you think that's stupid, then just like, you got to watch something else.
The beauty is that you can do it the right way. You see what I'm saying? That's what I said. Abundance mindset. It's like the same thing I tell people all the time. You're going to like it. It's like an analogy. It's like, you can be very direct. I'm very direct, but you don't have to be rude. You see, that's where people sometimes there's a disconnect. They think direct equal rude, and some people, when they are direct, they get either angry, it's like cursing. It's like, no,
because they get their ego involved, and it's just so foolish. It's like it's very like. Yeah,
because at the core, knowing what I do, because people forget, like, I was also at first just a customer, just like everybody else. I just turned out to be the number one onboarder, and I love it. And I want to help people, help my family, my sister, my brother. And then that's what they say, hey, we'll give you the job. See, people forget that. Like, because I was just a regular user. Like, it's like people understand that's the power of community. A lot of us, Jim Maria, we don't get paid for this. We literally do it for free. Like, that's. So it's just like, no, but
we're doing it. It's been an hour and a half. We're just doing this for fun because we actually do enjoy it.
Yeah. And
this is what I would be doing. All I did was flick the camera on. I was just like, you know what? I'm doing the same shit.
Remember the first time you went live and you were like, I say, hey, not to people, like, just press play, man. Don't worry about the details. Just press play, guys.
I did sales for a while, so like talking in front of the camera to me was just like nothing. But at the end of the day, if you want creative content, I just push for people to try to create some value. There's so much value to be had. You can make a channel on how not to get scammed, and it could be the biggest channel ever in crypto, because that is everyday shit. That is literally everyday shit. There's new scams. There's new bots.
That's actually a great idea.
You can also make a channel about how to make Pulse X farming bots and how to make bots for things so you don't have to fucking press the buttons. You can do anything you want. You don't have to show your face. Maybe my personality is a little eccentric, so it works for me to be right in front of the camera. But if I had more technical skill, I would probably be doing something else.
The key is to, number one, always be authentic to who you really are. Number two, again, be respectful, be direct but not rude. And number three, this is literally one of my favorite, is that if at the core, you're not out there trying to scam people, you just want to provide that value, that will always give you that sense of peace. That's why I have no problem answering questions. I have no problem being direct, because I've done my research. Right. This is what I'm proud about. I know the shit is good. I use it. Validity is my favorite word in the English dictionary, and it's my second language because I speak French. Validity, everything. I never recommend, suggest, whatever, for anyone to do something that I haven't done myself, period, or that I'm not doing, because it's just like, no. Like, and do heavy research done, because then I can speak with confidence because I know all the ins and outs. I can keep it simple, stupid. People sometimes the church just want to, hey, let's go. But I can also go details. If somebody wants to go there, we're going to go there. Like my dad used to tell me, when you run businesses and whatever it is, you got to know all the jobs, because one day maybe an employee is going to be like, F you, I'm not doing this. And then you come in and you do it in front of him like, no, nigga, I can do what you do. It's just I don't have the time. That's why I hired you. That's why you have a job. But always know all the ins and outs so you don't get finesse.
100%.
That's so true. Yeah. And you got to have people on your team that you trust. And in 2022, that is like, if you can find someone you trust in business, huge, hold on to them tight.
Especially in crypto. Oh my God. What do you think? You see, listen, I take pride in saying that, I do all the support. Why? Because it's not even a problem of delegation. It's like, dude, I'll have a heart attack if, imagine we get somebody and then we get an email, oh, so-and-so ask for seed phrase or whatever. That would be crazy. So I got trust issues on that point. I was like, and we compatibilize in a way where it's like, I handle it, I do the screenage, I ask the question, and Steph is the one that does the technical stuff. So it's like, it's decentralized. It's not one person doing all, you know what I mean? It's perfectly done so that you do everything right. Because in this business, my dad said all the time, Your name is everything, man. It takes a lifetime to build the credibility. It takes one time.
Jesus, I say that every stream, every
Just,
single stream. Right in the beginning of it says, "Guys, I could sell out for $5,000 right now, ruin my entire career, or I could do everything for free, do what I need to do IRL to make it happen, and then add value so hard that people want me to be a part of their situation."
that's it.
Right?
That's
Like
where
they're
I'm at
gonna
now.
when I wake up, I promise them I'm going to help you the best of my ability as Pulse Chain drops, not to get scammed in real time every day at 11 a.m. Eastern.
Yes.
Because the way I learned about Hex was while I was working. I put my earphones in for a year straight, or like 6 months straight, all day working 14 hours a day, fucking earphones in, whales only, Karim, Quant Gang, everyone. Never knew the guys, never tweeted the guys, just was like listening hardcore. And then it clicked, the T-share clicked, and I was like, I got to get out of this fucking job, dude. The T-share exists. Like, I was like, this shit exists, dude. Like, what am I doing wasting all this time? Because I had to double down. I was waking up at 3 and then like leaving for work at like 7 to like study this whole concept so I didn't miss anything. And then it just became too much. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to triple down and just quit my job and just do this and see what the fuck happens.
This is how you get your path to freedom, real freedom. You know, because I say it all the time, the new slavery is monetary. You know what I mean? Dollars is the new slavery. If you don't understand money, you're enslaved to the system. And there's no amount of hour that you can work that's going to be able to catch up with inflation. That's the sad reality, which is why you need to learn how to create flows and make money while you sleep. The wealthy people, not the rich, fuck the rich. Wealthy is what you want, because they create the stream, they create the cash flow. They have OPM, other people's money. So when you see them flexing, doing what they do, you're getting tricked because you're blowing your money. You don't understand. They can do this every week because they first save their money, invested it, right? Brink, I don't say it best. Most people don't know how to save. Fewer know how to keep the money to invest, and fewer even know how to multiply. Because those are the 3 steps, right? Yeah. You make it. That's why I always recommend, if you're new, get into a sales job. Commission is where it's at. Commission doesn't care about degrees or whatever. You can get it done, boom, and you have a hard work ethic. You get the volume in, boom. It's scary for some people, but you want to fast track to get a lot of money quick, the right way, nothing illegal. That's where you want to be. Then once you make the money, you keep the money, not just to hoard it. You keep it so that you can invest it, so you can then multiply it. And as you keep it, you're learning delayed gratification. You're learning about investment.
People don't realize.
You're learning about, it's not this overnight success bullshit. No, I'm the overnight success that took 15 years. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no. Yeah. And then when you get the stream, it's so big that it sounds stupid. You know, when I tell people, like, I can blow this money, whatever, and then the next day I get more. And then they're like, how? And then it's like when they see it, and it's like, now it clicks into their brain, because now they understand it. Now they visualize it, right? To finish that story with Fresh, I say, Fresh, it's okay. I'm not a celebrity. That's fine. I like a smile. My favorite quote from Drake, he says, all you niggas got more followers than dollars. That's why I cannot relate. I said, I'm going to make money grows on trees 7 days in a row. You got to see this. I'm going to invite you for free. And then we did it for 9 days. And it's like, hey, you're coming on the podcast. I say, well, are you sure? I say, no, you earned it. Let's go. No, because it's like, no, we don't play. The same thing what Richard does, which is smart, would punch for the noise, because I get their attention. See, the average person doesn't get that. Oh, Karim is in the club. No, bitch, I'm working. You don't understand. I'm networking. Because some of those people, they won't give you time a day until they see. They got to see the money. They got to see that, okay, just all talk. And then when I go on the podcast, I start dropping the knowledge, passive income, investment strategy. I say, oh, wow, this guy is actually smart. But sadly, because it's Miami, they don't give you the meetings if you don't meet them where they're at. They go to the club. You have to go to the club. But also, I diversify because I want to talk to promoters, club owners, because they got a lot of money, because Miami has a lot of money, but people just waste money. I made people that literally, Karim, I made $1 million last year. I don't even know where the money went. Oh, that's how bad it is.
So disgusting.
One of my co-workers, I'll never forget this. Guy makes 20 grand a month back in the day when I was doing solar, because we were making about the same, 20, 25 grand a month. But he was spending 21. He's make 20 and he spends 21. And he's still broke at the end of the
I talk a lot about consumerism on this show, and I'm documenting. I got a vlogging camera now. One of the Hexicans sent it to me. And I'm going to be telling everyone how I live for like $600 to $800 a month while I work out and run this business. And it's not even an issue. Like, it's like no issue. It's no issue.
I
because
grew
I'm
up poor. I
prioritize
remember
certain
days
things in my
where
life.
all I had was $5. I was drinking. I remember there's a place called Tedeschi. It's like a convenience store, and literally also broke. I was just drinking water, soda for like before inflation. They were like 99 cents back in the day. You could get like a 2 liter for 99 cents, some chips, and that's it. I was just hoarding my money, save stuff for like transportation. I didn't have a car. So imagine even up in Boston, it's cold because I was just a student, broke. My parents just give all the money just to pay for the school. So it's like, you go to the nice school, but you don't have money like that. You know what I mean? And then my first job, funny story, I was a math tutor. That's why I was good with numbers. And even on that job, they were hating on me. Freshman, calculus 3, like, who's this guy? He's going to be a tutor. So they even literally blocked me over there. They gate kept me, bro. Like, if you're a student, you're not allowed to work full time. You can only work 20 hours max. And mind you, back in the day, it's like 10 years ago, you're getting like $6 an hour, bro. 5 cents, like some crazy low price. And because the other tutor gate kept me because they wanted to max out their hours, I was only getting like 10 hours a week. It was crazy. But you know what I did? Because I knew all the students because they were in my class. And I provide like a market. I say, okay, you guys want to play this game? No problem. I went to talk to the students. They didn't want to do their homework. I don't care. I don't judge because there is a rule for the tutor. You can't do the homework for them. You can only assist. I did like, hey, I don't care. $20. I do the homework. You want to copy it? It's fine. Next thing you know, I start getting clients like that. Cash money. You want to study for the exam? $150.
What is the? There's lots of so many cool creative ways to like make money in school.
Right, it was crazy. So funny story, right? Within 6 months, I was making $2,000 a week, and I take my friends to the club, literally just tutoring, and then because. And it was good value. They got their stuff done. They got better. D and C student became B student. B student.
Well, as long as if you're not like ripping people off, then of course it's valuable, right? Because people, that's what a capitalism is. They're not going to. You're providing a product or a service, and the value has to be here for the price to be here. Otherwise, people are not going to do it.
Exactly. I was getting referrals. It was crazy. I was doing study groups. Because I would say this in sales 101, price is never an issue. Let me say it again. Price is never an issue. Value. I can pay literally $10,000 on something, like it so much, tip extra on top of it. Or I can pay $5 and I don't get the value for the $5 and I'm pissed. And I'm like, dude, that's a scam. And that's what people don't understand. It's never price. It's always value. If the value is there, people will spend the money. You know those things that you see in the club, those bottles, $1,000 a bottle, you can buy that bottle for $50, $30 in the regular store. The same bottles. But why is it $1,000? That's the secret. Because of the value, the network, not just the music, the entertainment, but
because value is only perception. Value is just perception.
Yeah, perception, but also you're gonna be in the room next to people that no BS, you will almost never meet in your life. Oh, another celebrity, I forgot. Floyd Money Mayweather. He was literally right next to us. I saw him at the game because I went to the Miami Heat game also yesterday. It's crazy. Playoff games are crazy. So I saw him at the game, and I saw him in the club. He was literally the table right next to us. We went to say hi. But this is what I'm saying. So it's the connectivity. That's the key. What if people go to Four Seasons and pay $400 a night? People don't get it because you're going to meet other like-minded people, business. You're going to be sitting at the cafeteria, having a coffee, breakfast. Random connection. Hey, how are you? Oh, wow. Oh, what do you do for work? Oh, let's switch contact. IG is literally the #1 dating podcast by itself. But on top of that, it's connection. You don't have to give your number. You know who they are. You can see their picture. You can see their lifestyle. And then if they're crazy, you can just block them. It's way better. Giving a phone number, imagine the person is crazy. They're going to call you, text you, all this other stuff. You can't never get rid of them.
I totally agree about Instagram. I always had Instagram for dating. And then once I transitioned into crypto, it was just
business.
It was perfect. It's I don't have one piece of social media that's not for business anymore.
Yeah. There's people that I know, they don't even have a data service plan for like the phone and text. They just get the internet. And just use the app. I mean, think about it. You can call from IG, Snapchat, same shit.
No, I know. You don't even, it's really weird. And soon the whole internet game is going to be completely flipped on its head within the 10 years, probably. Who knows?
It's all voice over IP. It's all voice over IP, same thing. So my point is that there's always more that meets the eye. So the teaching lesson here was, again, price is never an issue, it's value. So me and my friend, when we do what we do, the thing that I do for Hex is because I know what I got to do to punch the noise hard enough to get in there. And this is how it starts. I met the DJ also from Fetty Wap. He's a DJ here in Miami. Boom. He connected me with another DJ. Next thing you know, we're talking to the manager of Ghana. Next thing you know, boom, we can get a connection with Lil Durk. Next thing you know, we start knowing that celebrity is going to be there before they even be there because we know so-and-so who knows so-and-so, connect with the manager. We're cool people, no trouble, never fight, no garbage, whatever. Like the bouncers, everybody loves us because it's not like the entitlement. Hey, because
it sounds like you are enjoying yourself down there, which is awesome. I'm super happy for you. I hope you continue to make all the connections that you want in that network of people.
And it all leads to Hex. It all leads to Hex. Fresh got in. I don't want to spoil it, but I'm a little spoiler. So he did a big Quattro Cinco. I'm not going to dox too much, but now I'm working on his referral tree. It's going to be insane. I'm teaching you how to do the post, everything, how to use the link. He already sent me a few, and I do the one-on-one onboarding because he's giving me big names first. And
is that guy an actor?
Oh,
he's one of the guys from the podcast that he was on last week. It's a really big podcast.
Almost 700,000 subscribers and growing. But what's amazing, it's not a subscriber count. They get on average every day over 10,000 live viewers.
No, it's crazy.
This is the key. You and I both know. We know people with millions of subscribers. They go live. Nobody cares. You be getting like 200 views. Like I make so much fun. There's some people that got more subscribers than Richard, but when Richard goes live, they got way less view in crypto. But those guys, that's when you know they're growing and they're averaging like 5K to 10K new subscriber every week, every other week. It's growing. They will be at 1 million sub by the summer. It's gonna happen.
Oh, 100%. And
so I'm seeing this long term.
Yeah.
And a lot more people are moving in this area, and then it's getting popular, and they talk about business and all this other stuff. Because I want to focus on the business side. But the fact that they get consistently 10,000 live viewers, to me, that's opportunity.
And I say the same thing. I look at those channels. Those are the channels I literally look at before you had any of these conversations. There's a few channels I look at. There's one fitness channel, More Plates, More Dates. Everything Myron Gaines puts his hands on, I look at, and including Fedit. And he does a great job. He's a professional. I mean, controversy galore. But who the heck? If everyone saw what I was saying half the time, there would be controversy galore. He's just got a lot of people watching.
No, but see what's so stupid is that it's sensationalism. Like people just take clips and then make it like, oh, exactly. If you actually watch the full content or whatever, you will realize it's not it. Like if you watch the podcast, another podcast that I watch a lot from Patrick Bet-David, PBD, because I like those people, even like Valuetainment. I'm lucky. I find channels under 10,000 subscribers, and then they go and they blow up. Fresh and Fit, I was watching that before 10,000. They were like 7,000 subs. That's when I got in. Patrick Bet-David, since 2014, when he did Valuetainment, when nobody cared, because the concepts were already.
He was like the only guy doing those types of videos back in the day.
Exactly, because he was. You see how he was doing like Gary V, value, and then after, hey, buy my book. After, hey, come to my conference. But he was giving so much value. Valuetainment, catchy name. Breaking down businesses, how it works, equity deals, like so much value. Just me as a businessman, just watching it just to learn was amazing. Grant Cardone's another guy. Big into sales, but a lot of free content. But people don't understand. That's what makes people stay. You're building that sweat equity. Now there's enough value, so they want to open the checkbook. Not just like me, give. No, garbage. Provide value for free. Equity.
All the time.
And then
real value, though. People like to do pretend value.
Yes, that too.
Most of YouTube is pretend value, actually reverse pretend value, because they're basically trying to take your money and mislead you by what they don't say. A lot of the times in YouTube, it's not about what they do say. It's about what the truth that they're wiggling around.
Mm-hmm. And then you saw the article and the thing that went around, like how they got cut up, like all the money they're literally selling their viewers. Crazy. $1,000 per tweet or some bullshit per post. It was just like disgusting. So it's just like especially in crypto, there's a very, very dark side. So if you don't go like full disclosure, I know for some people they can't do it. I get it. But it's the only way to really, again, punch hard enough. Richard does it for them. Like you said, the watch, the car, the whatever. It's just to fight through the noise. It's social media. There's so much noise. Everybody's posting every day. How are you going to be different than everybody else if you don't have something that's different? And people use their niche. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to, I'm not a level of richer where I can just buy millions of dollars of watch, but I know enough about club lifestyle and networking and building people that now the owners are so cool with me. I can go to certain clubs. I don't even pay. I get the bottle for free because I spend enough money. Me and my friends spend a lot of value, very respectful, never started drama, no fights, no whatever, because they look at all this stuff. They love us. The bouncer love it. All the staff, the promoters, the whatever. Next thing you know, we get invite. Next thing we know, we're on a boat. And then we can do business too. That's the key the average person doesn't get. And that's what I want to incite that to their brain. And it all comes down to abundant mindset. Just chill. Help people get theirs. You're going to get yours. It's just
that's how it works. Is like you're providing value to everybody else. It just comes around. Whether you like it or not, whether you're trying to get it or not, it comes back in beautiful ways, whether it's the connection with somebody else, whether it's just having a new friend or meeting somebody or a business connection that you can do business with in 5 years down the road, even though you impacted them 5 years ago and you haven't even stayed super close to them. It's a beautiful thing. Karim, my girl, I have to run. My girlfriend was going to have dinner ready at 7:30, so I'm already late to that. But Karim, thank you.
Thank you for all your question asking, Sam.
You're very welcome. Hey, guys, we can do this again, too. So, Jimrat knows me. I trust him. So, send the info. I'll be glad to come back. But quickly for Pulse Chain, again, right, 4 more weeks, right, the joke. But I'm very, very excited for Pulse Chain about one thing. And I've said that in the conference a couple of times. That's just me personally sharing for the new viewer that doesn't know me is I get it. We're all going to be rich. It's going to be great. I have no doubt in my mind, deflationary. But the lower fee, I really want to go worldwide. Like I want to go South America, Africa, Asia. Like these people, again, I've seen it, I've known it. All they have is $50. They can't pay even $10 gas fee. So to me, that's number one value. Onboarding is going to be able to go to the roof because the fees are going to be lower, and I can't wait for that. And then network effects is going to take care of the rest. You know what I mean? I see a heavy pumps in the beginning. I told people be careful. But if you sacrifice, you're fortunate enough to hit that. Do like Godwell. Godwell sacrificed at the Ethereum beginning 400,000 ETH, and he didn't touch that shit for years. There's a lot of wisdom in that because back then that thing wasn't even a lot of money. Think about it, 400,000 ETH, and then that thing was like what? Was it 15 cents? Whatever that was at the ICO price. That's not a lot of money. But now 400,000 ETH. At current price, you're like, oh my God. But the wisdom is he didn't touch it until he got involved into that. That's why we call him the God well, because of his discipline. People think it's just about the money. These people that got money like him, it's the level of discipline that he has. That's why I love him so much. And then he staked that billion hex Quattro Cinco, man. That was legendary. Legend. But yeah, that's my 2 cents of that. I think it's Pulse first, then Pulse X in terms of the speed. But ultimately, they're both going to fly. It's deflationary. So get ready for the fireworks. And don't forget your Hex copy. The main thing is the main thing. Hex first for me and forever. Because it's about the yield.
Hell yeah. There's going to be so many more opportunities with the staking if somebody wants to do that.
And we plan, because it's called Staker app. Haha, wink, wink. We plan on adding more coins in the future as long as they have product market fit. Because we are running a business, we have a name to protect. If it doesn't,
well, that would be like okay, maybe something super interesting to talk about in a future video.
Something
Karim,
take it. Yeah, go ahead.
Karim, if you guys want to touch base with Karim, I'm sure that he is on Twitter.
Yes.
If somebody wants to reach out, is that your handle right there in their title?
Yes, sir. At Your Magic on Twitter, and everything else, it's just my name. I don't play games. It's just
yes. And
like
we can tell that
was available because he will say, well, if you just type Karim Madjido, it will pop up on Twitter too. Same.
And go over there, say hi, give him a follow. Ask any questions around Staker app. Clearly knows what he's talking about with Staker app. Very passionate about it and very passionate about providing value and just connecting with other people, which is awesome. Bringing new people into the ecosystem. Freaking awesome. Also took the time out of his day to come on here and share that value with us. GRC, thank you for hosting everything. I acknowledge you for taking the time to set everything up and give me the opportunity to ask these questions. Like, this is awesome.
I feel bad because he reached out before. See, that's why I like.
Oh no, dude, it's always better. It always comes at the timing, the perfect timing, brother. It's
Yes.
always, I knew it when it
It was
doesn't
a good
work, I
timing.
just let it slide. I get the next person, and then that
Yep.
person always has a moment. And then we get this is the first 6 p.m. stream I've ever done, and it was over 100 viewers live the whole time, other than the
Nice.
first like 40 minutes. So I'm like, now a bunch of possibilities have opened for me. I'll just do more exclusive stuff at 6 p.m. and then I'll just stick to the
See?
detail.
See, works out. Yeah, because every day, obviously, besides the weekend, on 11, I got, we got sticker meetings and stuff like that, and I wrote and I just recently moved to Miami, so imagine that was crazy last week. Between furnitures, move stuff, storage unit, it was crazy.
Did I lose you guys?
A little bit, yeah.
You froze for like 2 seconds.
Your girl's gonna kill you, brother.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, let's not do that. Yeah, shout out to Wells all day.
Wales, thank you so much for sending everyone over.
I gotta go. I gotta go eat. I gotta jump off of here so I can go eat food. My dinner is ready. Thank you. Hey, enjoy the rest of your setup with your apartment and everything. I'm gonna touch base with you on Twitter and GRC. I'll see you tomorrow. Talk to you guys. Thank you for everybody in the comments. Peace out, guys. See you, Karim.
Love it.
Karim. Good job, man. That was great. We're still live, but dude, I know you're putting in the work, man. I could see it. So when you start really working hard, you got to let all the little comments go aside, and you really, because everyone's just trying to vampire attack you emotionally, right? If you're making good money, everyone wants you to suffer for because every single day, it's because, that's exactly why it is. For the last 5 to 10 years, I've been setting myself for this position that I'm in right this moment. And I still don't even have money, but it's more so like I leveraged my life so much that I can finally chase my dreams. And Hex happened to be the first thing I seen that was valuable enough to me to go all in on. Not financially necessarily, but just mentally, like all in. Like I want to know everything. So this show is literally going to be like the most comprehensive breakdowns of stuff moving forward as they come out in the pulse chain, just like day by day. Good. So we're going to just make it happen. And I really appreciate you coming in, dude. I really, really do.
All day. Listen, this is what I do. And again, the consistency, being out there, being for the people, and just breaking it down with love. So this is what I was seeing and I appreciate with you and, being part of the community. So, and this is just the beginning. I like things who are organic because, the people are here for you and it's better like that. And then we just grow from there. You see what I'm saying? And never be afraid to ask questions. Never be afraid to, speaking the truth because it will set us free. And I'm at the point in my life where I just want peace. You know what I mean? Like I'm a genuine good person. It is what it is. I don't get finesse though, but I like to do good in the world. It makes me happy. You know what I mean?
It's more fun to wake up with a mission.
Yeah. You know what I realized over the years? It's like, because I'm big about, spirituality and stuff. I'm not a religious person, but, because I'm, again, God forgive, but he doesn't forget, right? So I always tell people, it's like the people that always end up doing like bad or trying to do bad, I realize that it's because they're in their own world and they're such a negativity zone, right? Misery loves company. And they have to find something to shit on because if they don't, they have to deal with the fact that they're not doing the best they could be doing for themselves. They're not, doing personal development because what hurts them is not the fact the person got the money. What hurts them is the person decided to remove the excuses. The person was just like them in the beginning, but decided not to self-identify as a victim to say, you know how easy it is to be a victim? I've seen it most of my life. That's why I despise it because it's like I could use all the cards, the color, the this, the that, the people that did this to me. But ultimately, like Grant Cardone said it best, it just makes you more frustrated because it makes you feel powerless. When I take responsibility and I say it's on me, yes, it burns, but the burns is what allows you to make a change. When you win, you don't learn. Let me say it again. I don't want the viewer to miss. I'm in jam dropping mode right now.
I love it.
When you win, you do not learn. It's only when you lose that you learn, because then you sit down, you dissect. It's like an artist, or it's like a player, like an athlete. You go back to the footage. What did I do wrong? What happened? Blah, blah, blah. Because when you win too much, people kiss your ass, tell you how great you are. That's cool, but you're not evolving. It's only when you lose or when you have critics. This is why it's good to always be out there. This is why we say, if you don't get haters, you're not doing something big enough, because your next haters actually tells you where to improve. Because they can't shit on the good stuff. They got to sit on things that's either quote unquote bad or that's not there. but that's your next improvement. You don't even realize, but you got to rewire your brain to understand that, to not take it personally.
Yep.
Like
You gotta
sometimes one guy got mad at me once. He says, "Why are you so positive?" Literally, he got mad at me for being too positive. I'm like, but why not?
Dude, just the ego death that I've experienced in my life over and over and over, dude, just wrecked again. And not even financially. I ain't never had any money. This had nothing to do with money. Like I was working always trying to make it happen, but like drugs, could not get out of my own head, out of my own way, out of my own emotional state. I was locked into that like an animal, like a wounded animal for years.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just was overreacting to everything until I got beat down so much and I just gave up. I was just like, I don't give a fuck about what my parents are doing, what no one's doing. My girl, she can fuck off. Everyone can leave. I got to double down right now because I realize that I've been lied to or misled a little bit in my life as far as what my value system should be.
Mm-hmm.
And it should be, people told me there was not enough resource. You had to be, everything was scarce. There was
That scarcity mindset,
everything was binded. But now I've realized that it's almost so abundant that you just have to be available to just catch it. You don't even have to do much other than be available, which is what most humans don't do.
Yeah, because they don't understand. It's literally in the definition. We're called human being. You got to stop be. Don't overthink. Don't notice what I calculate too much. That just look outdoor, like materialistic. It's like looking in the inside. Just be. That's why I talk about spirituality, energy. Like sometimes you vibe with people, even like, we're over the internet, you feel my energy, right? It's a good vibe. And you have other people, even they're right next to you on the internet, like it's just like, you just don't want to be around them. It's like, it's just negative. It's just like, it's like toxic. You just want to be like, I'm just going to go over there. You guys can just, and sometimes you need that detox. And that's why I think you have to go through. Rebuild.
That's what I'm doing right now, dude. I've been locked in this house other than the gym in this house in the grocery store, dude. And I'm detoxing from everyone so I can start thinking a little more clear long term.
Yeah.
Because
so
now
you can
I'm
have
starting.
Big dreams, You can't give you can't share a big dream with a small mind.
I have to separate. Yes.
You know what I mean? They won't understand, one funny.
But I got guys in my corner too. Sam's been my life coach for 6 years, totally unrelated to crypto. He didn't know one thing about crypto till I introduced him 45 days ago. And I said, dude, why instead of calling me at noon all day, why don't we just go live? Because he already had 10,000 pieces of fitness content online. So
it's a good form of therapy. We all need therapy in a way, discussion, just talking things through, not just.
And I told him about the T-share, dude. He used to work in banks. Boom. He got it. And he was like, what the fuck? He said immutable. Like, what? Immutable, really? Like, bullish. The 420. Happy 420 fam. Blowing it in the air.
With higher knowledge.
In the air all day, to be honest. I have been definitely blowing it in the air all day.
Yeah. Higher life.
Anything else you want to say before we wrap up? Like, dude, you've just crushed it. I'm so happy that we had this conversation. And it's like, this has been perfect.
Awesome. Yeah, again, thanks for the invites. Number 2, we should do that often. And the main thing I tell people always, I like to end with that is, we stake, we date, and we chill. We don't take things too personal. We learn how to be comfortable being uncomfortable, because a lot of things is just inner battles. You know what I mean? My mom used to tell me, I'm big about quotes, like, it says, son, before you help anybody, right? If you could just do this one thing, if you can just remove yourself from the list of the people that needs to be helped, if everybody just do that, we'd literally solve everything overnight. I was 12 years old when she told me that. So it's like,
that's kind of, like when you have business partners that you love, that's kind of how you treat them, right? Like if you actually have a business partner you really love, like you want to make sure that their best assets are highlighted and your best assets are highlighted, and you want to just continue to push each other. Yeah, that's what the friends I found.
Warmth, you know what I'm saying? That warmth, what I call kind love. There's a word in French we say, in French, like, don't be nice. The old nice things last, because actually nice in French means village full. It's the pushover. But what people meant to say every time is kind, and I'm a kind person. You treat me good, I treat you good. You go sideways, I go sideways with you. You know what I mean? To some extent, but it's like because certain people need to be taught a lesson. But others, it's like the credibility that you get, the value that you get over time is really what changes everything, because throughout my life, I consistently saw a pattern that I didn't like. And it's gonna blow your mind. And it's related to why me and my crew, we call ourselves Money Grows on Trees. It's funny. There's a lot of wisdom behind it. So throughout my life, what I keep seeing, until I was like 22, is consistently. I see people do this pattern. They love money and they use people. Let me say it again. They love money and they use people, not understanding that actually the true abundance should be the opposite, to get more and actually create less chaos. If you instead love people and use money, everything will change. Because when you operate out of there, you stop calculating, you start thinking what's in there for me, scarcity mindset, not enough, da da da. You just
you got to
be.
blow right through that shit.
Yeah.
You got
Hey,
to
what
right
do you
through
need
it.
today? How was your day? How is your day gonna? What can I do to help you today? That's gonna help you have a successful day. Whatever it is. If it's not money, it's time, it's expertise, it's answering questions, whatever it is, to provide that value. And then you build the equity from there. And now you have a team, a legion of people that you can go. Like my crew that we have, we trust each other. That's what we can do this. That's what we can go around. And the funny joke about the money goes on trees, actually, the wisdom is it's true. Money does goes on tree, Jim Rat. You know why? Because if money wasn't growing on tree, then why the fuck do bank have branches?
Yeah, no, seriously, it's just printing out. I mean,
think about it. Just think about it.
That's
It's
funny.
deep like that. It's deep. And they do print money every day. And they do have branches. And once you understand crypto, the way we understand crypto, how the money system works, a lot of those bankers, no offense, it is what it is. They never really even have a job. What do? They just create money, create credit. What's a bank loan? They just punch the thing in the computer. It just shows up over there.
Leverage
right?
10x of something that doesn't exist.
And what else it does, which is amazing, it allows you to have abundant mindset. Just remember, like a mantra.
Oh
Money
my
just
God,
goes
it
on
does.
trees. There is no scarcity. There's plenty of money to go around. I can get mine. Da, 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 da. I'm in the club. I blow the money. I throw the money. More comes back. Because I love people. I use the money. You get it? You get it? Because if I start doing the opposite, the hoarding, the this, the selfishness, the that, how many people do we know? Millionaires. They still click coupons. They don't want to buy shit. They want to fight you for everything. You go to dinner. They want to be like, hey, I just ordered this, man. Yeah, I'm just paying my shit. Like, it just kills the vibe. You know what I mean? Like,
it just screams, I don't trust myself moving forward. You know, it screams, I don't have the creativity to really punch through something. Maybe someone else will take over, right? Like, that's really what it says. Because at the end of the day, I try to preach like manliness a little bit on this show and guys taking control of their lives, however their lives look. You can be a leader in your life no matter what. And, you know, like, there's a million ways to be a leader. But, guys, it's your boy GRC. First episode ever of Crypto in the Morning. I mean, Crypto in the evening.
In the evening. I love it.
I got to switch this. Hold on. I got to switch this.
Ooh.
Not that one.
Awesome colors. Okay.
No, I forgot. I didn't switch that one too. But anyway, thank you so much for coming on, dude. So glad to see you. It's been a while since I've seen you on camera. Now that I'm doing the streams and stuff, I've been kind of locked in. But I appreciate everything you're doing. You answered all our questions. And, you know, you got through Sam with awesome banter, which is amazing. Like, I love how you can just banter back and forth without taking things personally. That's what we look for on this show, right? We want to see if someone's really true to what they believe, right?
Yeah.
But I appreciate everything you're doing,
one
guys.
last comment, right, for Sam.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully you watch this. You see, he embodies some of the things that I like. That's why I understand why he's your coach, right? He was very direct in his question, but he wasn't rude.
Never.
See, that's the difference. Because that's why, shout out to Wells in the chat. That's why we don't tolerate the trolls. Because there's people that just want to attack. They ask questions. They don't even care. They just want to and those, we don't waste our time. But the people who are genuine, who are new, they just have their questions. They have their curiosity. It's a little bit of fear. They don't know. They want to use the thing. They're curious. Somebody that asks questions, I love it. That means you give me a chance. When you don't ask questions and you're just there, I'm like, what are we doing? We're just wasting our time. So he was respectful, yet direct, and I was able to just address his questions, answer his question, and that's what we want. That's how he should be. So, yeah. Respect.
Yeah, yeah, man. Your vibe is what as this show grows, I'd love you to come on more. And like, as we have more solid information on V2 as it goes forward, just bring it on in. Give us a PowerPoint, some slides, a website, anything you want. Let's dig into it. Guys, they're staking and baking. Since it's 420, I'm going to drop the link to the stake and bake. Guys, go raid there. Say GRC sent me. I'm going to jump in their stream and smoke some weed and stuff.
Bang, bang. Happy 420. Shout out to Hex Hotto. He got the quote.
You know, they say that money doesn't grow on trees, but you know it does. In fact, grow on trees. Why would the banks have branches? That's actually a really cool little statement right there. And Anyway, guys, crypto in the evening. We're out. Have a wonderful day. Stay blessed. Make sure you get your T shares before the fork. And if you don't know what that means, follow Richard Hart. Follow me. Start asking questions, guys. Have a great day. I'll talk to you later.